I had some beans on toast last night.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
so good.
Oh my.
Oh, yes, it was. And you got the thing is, because Americans, you guys don't have proper tomato-y beans, so you have to sort of zhuzh them up a little bit. You have to add in some Worcestershire sauce to your guys' pork and beans, and then you have to add in a little bit tomato puree or some Prego. Prego. Yeah, that's what it is, right?
I have no response for you.
Is it Prego? The thing is, I don't know if I'm making a mistake or not, because it doesn't. I think I know it's Prego, but it just doesn't sound right.
Dan Trabs, Dumpster Fire, welcome back.
And a little bit of heavy cream as well.
Whenever you talk about food, I just like put it out of my mind. Just
Probably best.
I just block it out.
It is probably for the best. My cooking is definitely something. I think I cook nice.
You gotta learn how to get better.
Step up my game.
Yeah, dude, think of all the bitches out there that you're missing out on.
I don't cook very socially acceptable food.
Jinx, I see you in the chat. What's up? All right. Out chat. I got all my chats popped out. Okay, hopefully we're still good to go with shorts. Just short streams every day. You never know. I'm always just like, I've got like PTSD of being banned from shorts lives because I do so good. I get so many views on those, but then sometimes they don't like what I'm saying. They ban my ass.
That probably is something to do with your procrastination as well, because you're worried, is this going to be the time I click go live?
That's part of it.
And I'm banned.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's a spot. Really good observations. Facts. Yeah. Fucks with me. Because I really like that I get a lot of views on my short streams.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm jumping right into it.
Just go to one.
We got this Trump is live. Let's see.
Righty, I'm going to keep trying to figure out some stories.
All right.
All right.
All right. You like that?
What is that?
All right. It's actually kind of a sad story. Sure you want to hear it?
No, I'll keep it with the no. Right.
Okay.
I'll keep it the base level.
Cool. I'm here. Don't use the shot collar. Charlie brought me to Christ. May he rest in peace. I will never forget him. It's his birthday today. Charlie Kirk's birthday. We're at the White House stream starting. There it is. Do you live in regular format? I do indeed. There's a Twitch link at the top of the chat if you want to do that. Or you can go to my YouTube channel and find the horizontal stream. The Twitch story you posted earlier is pretty funny. Glad you figured out what color he was. Yeah, we're editing that into a short. I was going through clips for there she is. I was going through clips to find stuff for the gaming channel, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna publish these on the thing.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Okay, we got to turn him up.
Such an honor. This is the please be seated. This is the first time we've been at the new and improved Rose Garden, and people are loving it. They're loving it like they've not loved a lot of things. We have the Presidential Walk of Fame, which you just saw, and that just opened. We wanted to get it open for this occasion. We were hoping we were able to get outside, and the weather allowed us to. It was supposed to be a terrible rainy day. I was telling Eric, and God was watching, and he didn't want that for Charlie. He just didn't want that. So that's really beautiful.
That's nice.
Couldn't be more beautiful. Today we're here to honor and remember a fearless warrior for liberty, beloved leader who galvanized the next generation like nobody I've ever seen before, and an American patriot of the deepest conviction, the finest quality and the highest caliber, the late, great Charlie Kirk. Five weeks ago, our nation was robbed of this extraordinary champion. He was a champion in every way. I got to know him so well. He didn't like losing. And he was able to fight people that were enemies. And he didn't necessarily love those enemies so much. You know, I heard he loved his enemies. And I said, wait a minute, is that the same Charlie that I know? I'm not sure. But I didn't want to get into it. But it was a horrible, heinous, demonic act of murder. He was assassinated in the prime of his life for boldly speaking the truth, for living his faith and relentlessly fighting for a better and stronger America. He loved this country. And that's why this afternoon it's my privilege to posthumously award Charles James Kirk, our nation's highest civilian honor, the Presidential
Charles James.
Medal of Freedom.
Good name.
Thank you.
I didn't know his middle name. Good. What it is, yo? What's up, JSH?
As you know,
I see
only
you.
hours ago, I returned from a very historic trip to secure peace in the Middle East. People said that couldn't be done. Charlie felt it could be done. Charlie felt it could be done.
You love Trump. So do I. Thank God for
Thank
Trump.
you. Thank you. Thank you very much. But I raced back halfway around the globe. I was going to call Erica and say, Erica, could you maybe move it to Friday? And I didn't have the courage to call. But you know why I didn't call? Because I heard today was Charlie's birthday. And I said, you know, that was a definite. And I said, we're going to have to forget about some of those very big, very rich countries that expected me to be there. And I can tell you, based on the length of that flight, I wouldn't want to go back tomorrow. But I would not have missed this moment for anything in the world. Nothing. And it's a very important time for our country. And our country is doing so well. It's never done better. We are a country with almost now $18 trillion of investment coming in. Nobody's ever seen anything like that. Previous administration had less than $1 trillion for 4 years. We have more than 18, it'll be much more than 20 by the time the year, more than $20 trillion. There's never been a country in the world that had anything like that. What's happened to our country is incredible in a short period of time. Charlie was a big person for, sir, can we close up those borders, please, a little bit? You know, they're really leaking badly. I said, Charlie, I haven't gotten there yet. But, you know, it came out the last 4 months. Literally nobody was allowed into our country. And the only people that were allowed in were people that came in legally. The borders are absolutely stone cold closed. And they reported 0, 0, 0,
Wish we had someone like Trump in British politics.
But he was a big believer. He wanted people.
I hope you guys get Trump in British politics too, bro.
Them to come in legally.
You guys need one.
And
I don't think it's Nigel.
Got his wish.
Not him.
October 14th is Charlie's
He
birthday.
ain't Trump.
And he
Needs someone better.
should have been turning
He's aight, but-
32 years old. I tell you, when I first met him, he was like 22. And I said, boy, he's awfully young. But I thought he was older than that. You know, he looked a little bit older than his age. That's okay.
Moko, I see you in the
That's
chat.
good when you're old, but when you're young.
McCordell?
it's good.
Is that a
He
better
had
way?
The best
Say
of
it?
all things, but he was special. But instead, Charlie is attaining a far more important milestone. We're entering his name forever into the eternal roster of true American heroes. He's a true American hero, an amazing person, way, way beyond his years.
What's up, Sparky SU?
And I'm honored to be joined
Jeanette,
by a woman
Rick.
who has endured unspeakable hardship with unbelievable strength, and that's Charlie's widow, Erica. And I just want to thank you, Erica. He loved you so much. I was with him. Oh, please. Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Thank you, darling. Such a sweetheart when he wants to be.
I was with him before I met Erica, and he told me he was going to get married. He said, "You won't believe how beautiful she is." I said, "Well, then now that I meet her, he's right." But then he also said, "And you know what? She's like the smartest person I know." See, they do go together on occasion. Not often.
What's up, Nicholas?
Not
I see you.
often. But on occasion they go together. But he was in love with you. He was deeply in love with you. It's great.
Hopefully Britain can fix
Erica,
itself.
your
It used
love
to be
and
such a
courage
great
have
country.
been an inspiration.
We'll see what they
to
do,
all
bro.
of us, and
They're
we
trapped
will
like
always
Canada
be here
is
for
trapped.
you, and we're always going to be here for your gorgeous, beautiful children. And we'll never forget what your family has sacrificed for our country. Man loved our country. When things were going badly for our country, he was so, as you know, angry. He would get angry because he said it doesn't have to be that way.
Doesn't.
We're also pleased to be joined
He's right.
by an incredible group of Charlie's friends, very powerful friends, actually, and some not so powerful, and they're actually better people, okay? I know them all. They're the less powerful ones. I have to tell you that, all of you power guys down here. The best ones in the group are the ones
Do I need to
that
turn
are
him
less
up even
successful,
more?
But that
I
happens.
feel like I do.
No, they're all great, and they're here. And let's start with Erica's father. Where is Erica's father? Where are you? Where are you, Dad? Oh, look at him. Wow.
There we
I want
go.
to get a hat like that, too. I like that. How are you? Nice to see you again. Thanks as well to Vice President J.D. Vance, who's been fantastic. J.D., thank you very much.
Ireland needs a Trump. I agree. I was just there.
Great. Doing a great job. Did a great job on Sunday with George Slopadopoulos. Put him away pretty good. Second lady, who's a phenomenal woman, Usha Vance. Thank you very much, Usha. Thank you very much. Great woman. President of Argentina. He wanted to be here. That's
What's up,
Argentina's
N8 Ranks? I see you.
a serious flight, right? And he's become a superstar, and he's doing amazing things. It's he's a MAGA person, but it's make Argentina great again. That's what he does, right? And I,
I
want
like
you
that.
to stand, please, Javier Milei. Doing a great
Oh,
job.
I've seen this guy. He's crazy looking.
Thank you very much. Many members of my cabinet are here. Just about all of them are here. I won't go into every single one of them, but I'll announce a few of the people that have really turned this country around and helped me. Incredible people. Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. Where is Mike? Mike, what a job you're doing, Mike. What a job you're doing. And I watched you this morning, and you're in there trying to say, look, just let the country open. Everything will be fine. We're dealing with some radical left lunatics. And I would just wish Charlie was
What's up,
here to
Maddie?
fight us. I think the fight would have been over already. He would have had a march on the Capitol by people whose average age is about 21.
A new
Because there's
follower.
nobody that had that relationship with young people. Right, Mike? So thank you, Mike, for being here. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise. Steve, thank you very much. A brave guy and a friend. House Majority Whip, another terrific man, Tom Emmer. Thank you, Tom. Senate Majority Whip, John Barrasso. John, thank you very much. You have all these senators. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm not going to read all their names. I'll be reading all day. We'll be talking about Charlie in about 45 minutes from now. We can't do that. So all of the senators, there's so many of you. Thank you very much. I do want to thank Senator Schumer.
Lost in the mind maze says, all this for a podcaster. What a joke. More than a podcaster, my friend. This is why you guys lose at elections and stuff. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, you got to understand that Charlie Kirk is largely responsible for Donald Trump becoming president. You have no idea what happened. You got swept. Like, it's like as if you're Blockbuster and we're Netflix, and you arrogantly think that you know everything about us and you're going to win, and we are going to put you out of business, and you're not even going to know what fucking happened. Yeah, you just think that Charlie Kirk's a podcaster. If he was just some podcaster, why are all these world leaders here on his birthday celebrating him? What do you think he did to cause all this? Just do a podcast? You don't understand that, like, his organization is in every high school in America? You don't understand this concept?
Thune for doing a terrific job. He's really been
People just
leading
lose, dude.
properly. Do you agree, Mike? The team.
There's more example fodder. This guy, he's lost in the mind maze. Example fodder. They have no clue what they're even up against, and they arrogantly think that they're on top.
Two of these guys have been fantastic. So
easy to defeat.
Senator Thune, I want to thank you very much.
Easily beat.
Incredible job.
Keep being
Watched
easy
him
to
this
beat.
morning, and he was out there pounding them this morning on television too. And John Barrasso, thank you for the work you've done, and congratulations on your success. But I want to thank you all and all
What's
of
up,
the
Imperial
Congress
Red?
people that are here. And
Las
I
Vegas,
see,
welcome.
We have our attorney
No, that's
general here,
different guy.
And you are doing a fantastic job. Thank you very much, Pam. Thank you. Thank you very much. We have everybody. Wow, that's incredible. Okay, I'm not going to do any more. I'm going to be here too long. But I just want to thank you. Have given him such support, but he always gave you such support. That's why you're here. And very unusual. Charles James Kirk was a visionary and one of the greatest figures of his generation. He was truly an amazing figure and growing leaps and bounds. He knew that the fight to preserve our heritage is waged not only on the battlefield and in the halls of power, of which we have tremendous power here, including the head of a place called war. We call it now war. We had defense.
Why is this an us versus you thing? Why can't we work together and be cooperative? That would be awesome. That would be great. I'm willing to do that with people that are also willing to do that. Homeboy over here saying, why all this for some podcaster? What a joke. That doesn't sound like somebody that wants to be cooperative, does it? Does that sound like someone that's going to be cooperative to you? Let's think about it for 2 seconds. Yeah, it's not a cooperative person. Some people are not going to be cooperative people whatsoever. They'll never be cooperative because they can't help themselves.
We had our Secretary of Defense. Now we have a Secretary of War. And somehow I think it's more emblematic, and hopefully we'll never have to use war. But the fact that we're ready is very good. Peace through strength is very important. But also in the hearts of our nation's youth, that's where Charlie rode strongest. At age 18, that insight inspired Charlie to found the organization that ultimately touched the lives of millions and millions of people, and so many young people that nobody's ever seen anything like it, frankly. Turning Point USA. It's amazing. And it's actually bigger now. It's become bigger in the last few weeks than Charlie ever thought. I think his end vision in many years from now would have been just a fraction of what it turned out to be in a couple of weeks, right? It's amazing. With hard work and joyful spirit and endless enthusiasm and determination. And he did have great enthusiasm. You know, I always say you need enthusiasm to be successful. He had great enthusiasm. Charlie grew Turning Point into the largest conservative youth organization in the entire country. He forged a personal bond with countless young conservatives. He fought for free speech, religious liberty, strong borders, and a very strong and proud America. In everything he did, he put America first. He really put America first. And ultimately, Charlie became more than a leader of an important organization. He became the leader of historic movements all over the country. There were movements, individual movements, one movement, but it was historic. Everything he did was historic, and a true evangelist for the cause of freedom and the word of Almighty God. God was very important to Charlie. He would say, you know, if you don't have religion, you're not going to have a strong country. It's true. He was so wise beyond his years. You know, I talk to him sometimes and say, this guy is like a young guy. He was really a wise man. From the time Charlie worked on my presidential campaign in 2016, and he was there right from the beginning. He liked me. I don't know. I have no idea why. What the hell was he thinking? He said, you're going to win, sir. I said, you know, I'm running against 17 senators and a lot of tough people and governors. We have all these people, and He said, no, you're going to win, sir. He said, not going to be close. And he made it happen. He helped make it happen, I'll tell you that. Without him, who knows what would be. Maybe you'd have Kamala standing here today. That would not be good. I will tell you, Javier, you don't know who Kamala is. Promise, it would not be good. You agree with that, Howard? He also mobilized countless citizens to go vote. It's called Go Vote. Very simple. And with his help in 2024, we won more young people than any Republican by far in the history of our country. And we won the popular vote. We won the swing states, all 7 of them. Remember, they said, oh, well, if Trump could win 4, that would be nice. I win 7 by a lot, by a landslide. But the popular vote was massive. And we won the Electoral College. Remember, they said, well, it's going to be very hard. I'd say 270. Well, we got 312 to 226. And then we won something called districts and councils and different things. But in one case, we won 2,750 to 525. That's the one where you see
Thanks
the map
for the
is
raid,
almost
Magnificent
entirely red,
Ben.
except they have a little blue line on
What's
one
up,
side
dudes?
and a little blue line, meaning New York and a little bit Los Angeles. And I have a feeling that if the vote were
There's Drax. What's up,
100%, we
Drax?
would have won that too. You want to know the
Thank
truth.
you guys for stopping
But
by.
he knew, and he knew very well, and he also understood honesty, and he was always concerned with honesty. He said the only way we can lose is if the cheating gets so bad, and that's where we came up with a little phrase, too big to rig. We said, go out and vote.
Too big to
Go
rig.
out and vote.
I like that phrase.
And we had that. Remember, we used to say that all the time because people would say, oh, they're going to win. We don't have to vote. Let's go to a movie. We'll come home and watch later. And he wasn't about that. So
Thanks again, Ben. I appreciate that raid.
Really together, we came up.
We are
with
live
that
on Twitch
phrase.
too,
We're gonna
guys.
make
If you
it too
guys
big.
prefer
I never made a
Twitch.
speech where I didn't say at the end. Now look, the polls are
What's up,
showing
Invisible
good.
Man?
Don't believe the polls. He said we're going to make
Is this
it.
old? This
Susie,
is right now.
Too
This is live.
big to rig. So if you think we're going to win by a lot, doesn't matter. Pretend we're losing. You got to go out and vote. They voted. And at 9:02, the whole thing was over, right? 9:02.
For anyone
Remember they
confused, we're
said, "Oh,
streaming
this could
on
go a few
YouTube,
days."
Twitch,
Well, a few
Rumble,
minutes.
X.
9:02. And he knew that. And
Kick.
I felt it, but he knew it. He knew it. I think he knew it more than anybody. But Charlie never missed an opportunity to remind us of the Judeo-Christian principles of our nation's founding or to share his deep Christian faith. In his final moments, Charlie testified to the greatness of America and to the glory of our Savior, with whom he now rests in heaven. And he is going to make heaven. I said, I'm not sure I can make it, but he's going to make it. He's there.
There he is saying
He's
that
looking
again.
down on us right
The
now.
lefties
It's
are
so
going to eat
incredible.
that one
Look at
up. That
this.
one's getting clipped and
Oh,
shipped on
this- yeah,
CNN.
This was supposed to be so dark and cloudy.
You benefiting much from Kick?
Not dark and cloudy.
I-
is
I'm
it?
not
Look
even-
at that, how beautiful
Let me
that
see.
is.
I probably have
There's
0
no
viewers
artist
over there right
that
now.
can capture it as beautiful as it
I have
is
2.
today. Wow.
I have 2 Kick viewers, actually.
Amazing.
What's up, Kick viewers?
As I said, on the day that he was assassinated, Charlie Kirk was a martyr for truth and for freedom. And from Socrates to think, and to St. Peter, from Abraham Lincoln to Martin Luther King, those who change history the most, and he really did, have always risked their lives for causes they were put on earth to defend. He was put on earth to do exactly what he was doing. He didn't want to waste time. He would have been a top student at any college in the country. I know the college as well. He's smarter than the guys there. He was so smart. But he almost, I guess, didn't have the time. He knew what he wanted to do. It wasn't like, gee, I want to sit in the classroom for 4 years listening to people teach me liberal principles, because they were never going to teach him that anyway. But he didn't have the time. He really didn't have the time. But every time the enemies of goodness and virtue tried to silence the voice of righteous and noble leaders like Charlie, they failed. They seem to fail. Ultimately, they look like they're doing well, and then they
Travis
end up
Taylor
failing.
doesn't like that I use the word lefties. I use lefties and righties to distinguish side. It's a fucking nomenclature. Stop being sensitive about a basic nomenclature. I don't say libs. I say lefties. Lefties and righties. They get equal treatment. And you're getting overly emotional about it. He says, Jesus, Stan, I used to like your videos. Now you're clearly drink the MAGA Kool-Aid. Disappointing with like tons of like pauses.
Because the
Periods.
truth has been unrelenting
Pathetic.
over the years, over history. And people like
What's up, Mr.
Charlie,
Green?
it's just they've got a power that others don't have and very few
Renelin,
people
welcome back.
will ever have. So today,
for the
like
follows,
those
everybody,
martyrs
on
before
Twitch.
him, Charlie's voice, his message, and his legacy are stronger and greater than ever before. They are greater than ever before.
Good language. Thanks.
Look,
That's
this
what
is
I like
a
to
horrible
do. I
event,
keep
but
it
it
equal.
brought out the greatness of Charlie.
I'll call out anything
Nothing
stupid.
could have ever supplanted this. It's incredible the way people are talking
Woke
about him.
lefties. I don't even use that.
And,
I don't say
and with
libtards.
great
I don't
love.
use all
I
those
read
words.
so many stories
I
about
just call them lefties.
some of the enemies, but I watch the enemies, and it's hard for them to speak badly about them because they just don't. And then you do have people in the days since Charlie's killing, we've seen exactly why our country so dearly needed his example. We've watched legions of far left radicals resort to desperate acts of violence and terror because they know that their ideas and arguments are persuading no one. They know that they're failing.
follower.
They have
Crimson,
the
thanks for the
devil's
follow.
ideology, and they're failing, and they know it. They feel it, and they become violent. They seem to become very violent on the left.
Free American says, I call them morons. I'm just not trying to be an asshole to lefties just to be an asshole. You know, you're free to. I'm not criticizing you for doing it. You can do that all you want. I'm choosing not to. But also just a quick plug for my Twitch. I'm Papa Stanimus on Twitch if anyone wants to watch over there. I'm trying to get my Twitch to 100 viewers if you guys don't mind going over there and helping me out. If you fuck with Twitch. If you don't fuck with Twitch, then don't worry about it.
They've rammed vehicles into federal law enforcement, fired sniper rifles at ICE agents, and me, you know. But I made a turn at a good time. I turned to the right. Charlie couldn't believe it, actually. He said, how the hell did you make that turn? I said, I don't know. But fired rifles and threatened the lives of our Supreme Court justices, our great justices. They have to be protected. We just issued a lot of money, $60 million.
$5 super chat from John. Thank you very much, friend.
Very important. We can't let anything happen. In places of worship, we're protecting our people. We've seen that a candidate for Attorney General in Virginia boasted that he would want to see the Republican legislature, a legislator in Virginia, shot in the head and to see his children murdered. He actually said this. And now he continues to run for office, and most people continue to back him, but he said he wants his man shot.
What's up, Dalbro?
Shot in the head and to see his children murdered. And they keep running. Pretty amazing, right? That's a bad one. Let's see how that turns out, but that's a really bad one. Nobody's heard that one before. Especially in the wake of Charlie's assassination, our country must have absolutely no tolerance for this radical left violence, extremism, and terror. We're done with the angry mobs.
Uncle Ted, thanks for the follow, homie.
We're not going to let
2069, love it.
our cities be unsafe. We're going to make sure our cities are safe. When you have Chicago, where they had 4,000 people murdered over a very short period of time, 4,000 people.
Uncle Ted came from YouTube. Thanks
And
for
then we
coming
have
over
a
to
governor
Twitch,
stand
friend.
up and say, oh, things are going swimmingly. No, they're not. We're going to make Chicago safe, just like we're going to make. Look what we did in D.C. It's so nice that we started here, because this was one of the most violent places in the United States. It'd be dangerous to be right out here.
Thank you for the follow.
But you couldn't go to a restaurant. The restaurants were all dying. The whole place
Mr. Green
was
says
dying.
Trump
You'd have
sounds like
these
he
gorgeous-
slowed down a
look at the
bit.
Washington
He's getting
Monument
older.
over there. You'd have these gorgeous buildings and monuments and
Look at his speeches from 10 years ago when he first started campaigning. It's completely different.
structures. And people were afraid to leave their apartment. They were afraid to go to work. They'd get into an Uber and they'd feel safe, and then the Uber would be attacked. They thought they made it to safety, and then the Uber was attacked on the trip in.
Popped over from YouTube. What's
But
the
we've done a
occasion of
great
today's
job,
speech?
and now
Charlie
it's
Kirk's birthday.
Considered a totally safe city. We haven't had problems.
They're giving him a
It took
medal.
us 12 days to make it
Posthumously.
great. We took out, Pam, 1,700 hard criminals, career criminals in many cases, but these are hardened criminals. Many of them came in through the Biden open borders. We brought them back to the countries. And a couple were so violent that we put them in jail. We don't want to
occasion
take a
indeed.
chance that they could get back in, because no matter how good we do, somebody can sneak in. They were so violent and so bad.
What's up, Victor?
One arrested 28 times. Every time he left prison, he'd get
How
into
can
a
I listen to
violent
this tribe? Oh,
incident.
because I love Trump.
28 times.
He's my favorite
And we
favorite
put him away
president
for
out of
a
all
long
the
time.
presidents, ever president.
But we're done with the angry mobs. We're done with it. This is such an unbelievable place right now. You take a look where you can walk down the middle of the street with your wife or your husband. Your children can walk. They can walk alone. It doesn't matter. They can
I can listen
walk
to this
anywhere in Washington. And
I mean, he's going grandpa mode. I can listen to this like when I'm going to sleep, just like a lullaby, right? But just he needs to be going grandpa mode, right? When he's trolling and shit. I mean, I can't sleep through that. I got to listen. But when he's going grandpa mode, you know what I mean? Right now, it's like a mix between the two because he's honoring Charlie Kirk.
Safe now. If
Second
this were
favorite?
a year ago, they'd have a serious chance of being badly hurt,
Abraham
even
Lincoln is
killed.
epic, dude.
Even killed. They come in from
was a
Indiana. They come in
strategist
from Iowa.
who won a
They come
war.
from Florida to see the nation's
pretty
capital, and
good.
somebody would have to
I'd have
call
to
the
say,
parents. I'm sorry, but
Pi,
your
thanks for the
son
follow.
or your daughter's been killed. Not anymore. You hear those sirens going off? That's good. That's a good sound. That means they either got the bad guy or they're going to stop the bad guy. You didn't hear that sound because nobody wanted to do anything.
He knows our script.
Nobody. Listen to the beauty of that sound. Seriously. And that's the real deal sirens. They're not politically correct sirens. You hear them, they're about 3 miles away. That's great. What a
What do you mean,
beautiful
how can I
sound.
listen to
They're
this?
stopping crime. That's
What
what
do you
they're
mean?
doing.
Listen to this guy. What do you mean, how can I listen to this? Listen to the man. How can I not?
So we're done with the voices of fools. They're fools. And death threats. And we're going to make our cities safe. And I thought it was Charlie's, one of his biggest dreams was that. He couldn't believe it. Chicago's going to be a great city again. We've already,
Ajax is the person with the second most chats in the stream. And he's not very happy that I like Trump. He says I'm a moron. But you're here in my chat. You're the number 2 chatter, bro. Like, what's up with that?
10 people in there.
You're the number 2 chatter in the entire stream of 900 people.
And this governor said, well, crime is down. Yeah, that's because we had
What?
the FBI in there for 6 months, just preparing it for the bigger surge. And they've
Stage
done a
siren.
great job,
Shut up,
the
Mr.
cash
Green.
and the FBI.
T. Moyer, thanks
They've
for the
done a
follow.
great job. And they love
Pi,
doing it.
thanks for the
They
follow.
love being able to do it. They were restricted from doing it. They couldn't do anything.
T. Moyer
And
with that prime
now
sub.
they're
Thank you very
totally
much, bro.
unrestricted. All they have to do is stop crime. And they're doing it. By the way,
Brad, thanks for
Memphis,
the
as
follow.
you know, you heard they went in about a week ago.
Am I trans? Yes.
One of the most dangerous
was born a
places
woman.
in the country. It's really in the world. It's not just
I used
the
to have
country.
voluptuous
There are
melons.
Very few
And I
cities that
cut
would
him off.
compare to some of these cities. You go to Afghanistan, you say, oh, that's unsafe. Well, the crime numbers are much better than the crime
Now I'm
numbers
like a C
in
cup.
places that we have. So Memphis, I understand, is doing unbelievably in 1 week. It's like a different place. And this took 12 days, and then after that, we just perfected it.
Trump needs his own
But
mountain. I
after
agree.
12 days, we had good safety here. After 1
We
month,
should have a I don't want him on Mount Rushmore. We need just a Mount Trump where like Trump's head is bigger than all of Mount Rushmore. All right, let me know if you guys agree.
it's like, it's really amazing. And by the way, restaurants are booming. Restaurants are opening up. The big problem we have, you can't get into a restaurant in D.C. anymore. So they're opening up. It's a beautiful
Instead of calling
thing
people
to see.
morons, how about
It's
some
called
constructive
safety.
criticism? Hey, he's
It's
just
called
mad.
law enforcement
you know?
and letting them do their job.
Big Z.
And that's why I
Thanks
said
for the
last month that I have
$1.50 super chat.
directed the Attorney General and the Department of Homeland Security to confront the very real threat of
Think I'm
left-wing
disgusting? I
terrorism
don't
in our
care.
country. It's a real threat. Not when you confront it, it's not, because
Trump,
they're not
Trump,
brave
Trump.
people. In
Trumpy,
fact,
Trump, Trump.
they're cowards.
I like Trump.
When you
don't like
confront
that,
them,
huh?
they
You don't like when I do
immediately fold. You have to see them
That's the-
fold.
you
You have
make
to
it too
see them
easy.
crying. They fold.
Make it easy to mess
But
with
it
you.
includes dismantling
Trump,
the
Trump,
networks
Trump.
that fund
I like
them and
Trump.
finance
Grandpa
them, and we're
Trump's my
finding out
favorite.
who those networks are.
Trump
We
needs his
already
own
know
mountain.
quite a few of
You
them.
don't like that?
When you see these violent incidents and then you see people holding this gorgeous sign with beautiful wood, beautiful cardboard, wood, everything's perfect paint job, and they're all the same. There are thousands of them. You know that they weren't made in the basement out of love. They were made by anarchists, and in some cases wealthy. I'll
I'm
probably
new to
find
Twitch. How
some
do I
of my
donate?
nice
You
friends
don't have to
that
donate, man. Just
are
watch
up
and
there
enjoy.
being so nice to me.
Eagle Spire,
especially
thanks for
lately.
following.
Being very
thing I'm
nice.
trying to do is get
But
to 100 viewers.
it surprises
Let's see
you
if we
who
can
they
keep
may
it that
be,
way
and
on
you almost
Twitch.
wonder
Get Twitch partner.
why would they do it?
Oh, Twitch Prime
They're
from
hurting
Kraft.
our
Thank you
country,
very
and
much,
we're
my
really
friend.
taking it back one by one. If
Popping
we didn't
off
go
with the
into
Twitch
Los
Primes.
Angeles Early on in the
Bezos bucks,
administration,
bro.
the commissioner, the chief of police, Los Angeles, said if they didn't go in, we would have lost our city. Now, they already lost 25,000 houses to fire because they wouldn't let the water come in from the Pacific
Okay, now my
Northwest,
editor just gave me
which they should
$1.
have done. And I tell you better do it. They didn't do it.
Bro,
and we had,
I pay you, you don't pay me.
25,000 homes where they had no water in their sprinklers. They had no water in the fire hydrants. It would have been a different kind of a thing if they did what they were supposed to do. We had to break in. We broke in and had the water come down. They actually, they said for the environment.
Moyer, thanks for the biddies.
25,000 houses. It's incredible. But the commissioner said without the federal government and President Trump's intervention, we would have lost the entire city. And we have the Olympics going there soon. I got the Olympics. We have the Olympics. We have the World Cup. And we have, most importantly, we have the 250th anniversary of our country. That's going to be most important.
What's up, Andrew
And
Thorpe?
all
I
of
see you.
these things are happening, and we're going to have safe cities. We're going to have very, very safe cities. So 1 month after Charlie's death, we still feel the terrible shock and the pain of his loss, like just about nobody I can think of. Charlie Kirk was one of a kind. He
Love you,
was
Stan. First time seeing you
unstoppable.
live. Thanks for
And he
stopping by. I
really
appreciate
was, boy,
you.
when he had an idea
This is
in
where
his
I can
head,
be a
oh,
little
he would-
bit less
He would call me, sir,
in
please. you
shorts
haven't
mode.
done
You know
it
what I'm
yet."
saying?
I said, Charlie, relax. Just relax.
You get more of
He
the
didn't relax. He
natural
called me the
Stan in
next
his
day
natural
again.
habitat.
Got it done. But he was like indomitable and always will be. He's really irreplaceable. Nobody going to replace him. But they're going to do great. But you can't replace that kind of person and that kind of talent, frankly. The word talent is an important word, but that kind of talent. So we hold his memory in our hearts forever. Every single day of this administration, we will continue to carry out the mission for which he lived, and he really did. He lived for this country. He lived for his wife and his family, but he lived for this country too. In Charlie's honor, we will continue like we have been to fight, 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 and to win, win, win. We're going to win so much. So
Thanks for covering this. You're
the
welcome.
Presidential Medal of
ready
Freedom
for
is
this
a
one
big
today.
deal. You have the Congressional Medal of Honor,
Love your cheeky shorts. UK
military,
needs
and
your
the
support.
Presidential Medal of Freedom.
I've got your guys'
which
back,
is
Andrew. Thank you for
civilian.
the 2 pounds.
And the Presidential Medal of Freedom is a really big deal. Very few people
What is that in
get
freedom
it.
units?
Very few people, frankly, qualify. It's a decision of the president, but it's a
Probably like
qualification that's a very
$3.
hard one to.
Archie,
Yeah.
I was just kidding. I was just kidding. But
And I would
thank you.
like to ask, if I might, the military aide to read
Thanks for the follow, Cal.
Charles James Kirk's citation for the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Thank you very
Hassan is watching this, calling him a Trump a dictator. Of course he is.
much. Thank you.
He's a dictator. Yeah, he's using all the courts to pass everything. He's either winning or losing against the courts. But he's a dictator. That's so funny. Oh.
The Presidential Medal of Freedom is awarded to Charles James Kirk. Accepting on behalf of Charlie is his wife, Mrs. Erica Kirk. Charlie Kirk was one of the most influential American political figures of his generation. At just 18 years old, he founded Turning Point USA and grew it into the largest conservative youth organization in the nation. For over a decade, he tirelessly traveled the country, leading a movement to restore respect for our founding principles, reawaken our national identity, and inspire a renewed spirit of religious devotion. He was one of the great debaters and communicators of his time. Despite receiving repeated threats, he remained undeterred and modeled courage, logic, humor, and grace to the next generation. On September 10th, 2025, at age 31, Charlie Kirk was assassinated while addressing a group of students. The United States honors him as a martyr for truth and freedom.
Murder indeed.
Thank you, Mr. President, for honoring my husband in such a profound and meaningful way. And thank you for making this event a priority amid the peace process in the Middle East. Thank you. Very grateful. Charlie always admired your commitment to freedom, and that's something that both of you shared. So thank you. Your support of our family and the work that Charlie devoted his life to will be something I cherish forever. So thank you. To our gracious First Lady in her office for making this event possible. Thank you as well. It's beautiful. To Vice President and the lovely Usha fans, your friendship has been an unbelievable encouragement. Thank you. And to all our friends and family that are here and watching from all around the world, thank you for loving us. Thank you for praying for us and for believing in what Charlie believed in. And to our Turning Point USA staff and the Charlie Kirk Show staff, we love you more than you could ever know. And to the Turning Point USA chapters that are watching all across America right now, you are the heartbeat of this future and of this movement. Everything that Charlie built, you guys are the legacy holders of that. You are living proof that his mission did not die with him. It lives through you. And Charlie always said the next generation will decide whether freedom endures. And because of you, I know that freedom will endure. It will. And today we're gathered not only to celebrate Charlie's birthday, but to honor a truth that he gave his entire life to defend, and that's freedom. The very existence of the Presidential Medal of Freedom reminds us that the national interest of the United States has always been freedom. Our founders etched it into the preamble of our Constitution, and those words are not relics on parchment. They are a living covenant. The blessings of liberty are not man's invention, they are God's endowment. Charlie lived for those blessings, not as abstract words, but as sacred promises. He used to love to journal about this topic all the time, and with such a heart postured of gratitude. And he believed that liberty was both a right and a responsibility. And he used to say, freedom is the ability to do what is right without fear. And that's how he lived. He was free from fear. He was free from compromise, free from anything that could enslave his soul. His name, Charles, literally means free man. And that's exactly who my husband was. He was a free man. And from the time I met him, sitting across from him, being interviewed on politics and philosophy and theology, anything that Charlie loved, any topic he loved, and I just saw the fire in his soul, and there was this divine restlessness within him that came from knowing God placed him on this earth to protect something very, very sacred for all of us. And he never stopped fighting for people to experience freedom. He didn't. Charlie often said that without God, freedom becomes chaos. And he believed liberty could only survive when anchored to truth. And I remember in one of his speeches,
a new follower.
He told the audience that the opposite of liberty isn't law. He said it's captivity. And that the freest people in the world are those whose hearts belong to Christ. But what's so powerful is that Charlie had the ability to communicate so brilliantly across all generations. And he reminded us that in a world that tells us freedom is doing whatever you want to do, the real freedom is the power to live freely and to do what is right. And in one of his journal entries, he wrote that he wanted everyone to know that you can't have liberty without moral responsibility. Freedom divorced from faith eventually just destroys itself. And what's so fascinating about all of this is looking back these past 12 years of Turning Point USA and his mission, there's almost this veil of sacredness. Because what I realize is that while he was building an organization, he was also building a movement.
True.
One that called people back to God, back to truth, and a movement that was filled with courage.
There's now more people that believe in God.
And ironically, for a man
In decades. It's crazy. How, after Charlie Kirk, record number of people went back to church.
and who impacted millions.
And they're still going.
Charlie never desired to be the center of attention. He just wasn't. My husband was not a man of extravagance. He loved simple but deeply meaningful things. Truly. He loved his late night walks. He loved buying more books than he could ever read because he felt there was no such thing as a book budget. And he loved being able to read to our kids the same bedtime story on repeat because he knew it was their favorite. But to him, that was special. And he loved to sit in the sun on a Saturday morning with his cup of decaf coffee, and his phone was off because he was honoring the Sabbath. And for him, it was that moment to catch his breath and just be in peace because he was unreachable at the moment. And he preferred quiet birthdays. But that never stopped me from telling him. I told him every single year, I said, baby, I love your birthday. I said, because it's the day that God knew the world couldn't go another day without you. And so the rhythm of our usual birthday celebration for him was mint ice cream, mint chocolate chip ice cream. He only had it twice a year, on his birthday and 4th of July. It's just, and then after that, it was back to work as usual. But last year, his one birthday wish was to see the Oregon Ducks play the Ohio State. And they won. Oregon won that night. And it was by far one of the most memorable nights of his birthday experience of his life until today. And so, honestly, President Trump, I have spent 7.5 years trying to find the perfect birthday gift for Charlie. And it's so difficult. And those of you that have spouses or loved ones, you know how difficult it is sometimes to buy a gift for someone that you love, because he wasn't a materialistic man, so that also did not help. But now I can say with confidence, Mr. President, that you have given him the best birthday gift he could ever have.
Thank you.
It's such an honor and the recognition of a life lived for defending freedom. And that's what Charlie fought for until his last breath. And it was written across his chest in those final moments on one of his simple t-shirts that always carried a message, and this one bearing a single word, freedom. That was the banner over his life, and that shirt was a declaration. The same declaration he made in every speech, every campus visit, every time he shared the gospel at a church, every sleepless night that he would spend praying for the youth of this nation and planning for the future of our country, and just impressing upon them that when we defend liberty, we defend the soul of our nation. My husband never told anyone what to say. He never did. He never told anyone what to say. He would just encourage them to think. He would encourage them to think outside of the traditional political labels. He would want them to think in a way that was anchored in wisdom and truth. but he would never tell anyone what to say. Charlie wasn't content to simply admire freedom. He wanted to multiply it. He wanted to multiply freedom. He wanted young people to taste it and to understand it and defend it. He wanted them to see that liberty isn't self-indulgence, it's self-governance under God. He wanted them to see that. And every day I'd see him getting ready for work. He'd put on his cross necklace, he'd put his ring on his finger. And the boldness in his demeanor was always fearlessness. He wasn't afraid. He was never afraid. In his daily actions, whether in office or on campus or at a church, it was always without fear. That was his creed. That is how he lived out every single day. He didn't fear being slandered. He did not. He didn't fear losing friends, I can tell you that. He didn't. He didn't care. He stood for truth and stood for freedom, and he did not, everything else was just noise to him. And it's because his confidence in Christ was absolute. That's why. There was no limit to what he would have sacrificed to defend freedom for all. And if the moment had come, he probably would have run for president, but not out of ambition. He would only have done it if that was something that he believed that his country needed from a servant's heart standpoint. And Charlie lived only 31 short years. Now he's 32, but on this side of heaven, but he lived. He lived every single second he lived. He filled every.
I'm just gonna make a rule real quick in the chat. I'll make an example of this guy real quick. You guys can say whatever you want, as long as you don't break the rules of YouTube. But if you're spamming the chat, then you're gonna get banned. So, I mean, if you want to say something disgusting about Eric or Kirk, you know what? We're gonna allow it. Everyone, show yourself for who you are. But if you're just gonna spam it, then you're gonna get banned.
And he fought
and the
for
chat's
truth
about to
when it
get
was
a whole lot
unpopular.
better. So here we go.
And he stood for God
and
when it was costly.
I'm not doing timeouts. I'm doing permas. So that means you'll never be able to come back.
But that's what we're called to do. Surprisingly enough, he did pray for his enemies, which is very hard, but he did.
Yes,
He
this
did.
is live.
He did. No one else, I mean, I saw him do it. No, he never did it in front of anyone else, but I can attest to that. But he also loved people when it was inconvenient. And he ran his race with endurance, and he kept the faith. And now he wears the crown of a righteous martyr. And for me and for our children,
I'm not it's not censorship. You're
the
literally
truth really
allowed to say, complain about it right there. Okay. It's spamming. Like, try it. Pinkerton, try it. Spam the same thing over and over and over again in the chat, compared to all the bullshit you've been saying in the chat, and see what the difference is.
studies are
One you're going to be allowed to do, the other one you're not going to be allowed to do. It's not censorship.
because heaven gained what earth could no longer contain. A free man made fully free. And to all watching, this is not
The reason why I'm letting people say crazy shit in the chat is so you could see who they really are. All it does is strengthen our resolve. So that's the mechanism of which I'm using it. And just to explain it.
not a ceremony. This is a commissioning. And my message is simple. I want you to be the embodiment of this medal. I do. I want you to free yourself from fear. I want you to stand courageously in the truth. Listen for the still, small voice of God. And remember that while freedom is inherited in this country, each of us must be intentional stewards every single day. God began a mighty work through my husband, and I intend to see it through. And the torch is in our hands now. It's in mine, it's in yours, it's in all of yours, it's in all the students with Turning Point USA. And before I close, I'll share with you that I asked our daughter what she would like to say to Daddy for his birthday. She said, "Happy birthday, Daddy. I want to give you a stuffed animal." "I want you to eat a cupcake with ice cream, and I want you to go have a birthday surprise. I love you," is what she said. And while our son is precious, he can't yet speak, in classic Kirk family fashion, his actions spoke louder than his words, and his gift to you, Charlie, and myself for that matter, was deciding to become the man of the house and be fully potty trained at 16 months. But Charlie, baby, I know that you're celebrating in heaven today, but gosh, I miss you. We miss you. And we love you, and we promise we'll make you proud. And Charlie's life was proof that freedom is not a theory, it's a testimony. He showed us that liberty begins not in the halls of power, but in the man of a heart surrendered to God. And so today, as we honor Charlie with this incredible Presidential Medal of Freedom on his birthday, I stand here with tears and just a humbled heart and spirit, because his story reminds us all that to live free is the greatest gift, but to die free is the greatest victory. Happy birthday, my Charlie. Happy Freedom Day. God bless you.
That was nice. Yep, respect. There it is. Someone asked, why is there so many people here? If they're, to watch this, if they don't like it, it's because they're angry. They're so angry. They come here. You guys could see in the chat. I didn't moderate the disgusting things people were saying in the chat because I wanted you guys to see it. It's all recorded, and we're gonna use that as fodder for videos to demonstrate the type of people that we are basically opposing at this point. All right. So, I mean, is everyone on the left disgusting? Like there's people in the chat? No, only the disgusting ones came in and said that stuff. But they are real, and they come out and they say those things freely. So we just use them as example fodder. That's what we do on this show. They don't realize what they're doing. And in fact, they'll pretend like they don't even care. But the thing that's real, and I don't think they're smart enough to understand, is when they act like that in the chat, all it does is have the opposite effect to the world that, from what they want it to be, because it makes us more united when they speak to us like that, and they're being disgusting, mocking Charlie Kirk's death in the chat, mocking his wife. What that does is there's no unity on their side. They're like split factions. Then there's infighting. We don't have that. And the more they act like that, the more they contribute to us having an even stronger resolve, to be honest. And that's true, right? So that's why I allow it to happen. Let them act that way. We'll just, you know what I mean? We just display it, put it on display for everyone to see, and be like, look at how these people are acting. And then people, naturally make up their own minds from there. You don't even have to tell them what to think. You just show them, just display it. Be like, look at what these people have said. And then people see that and they're like, yeah, that's fucking crazy. Right? So don't be like that ourselves. That's my advice. All right. Gonzo, are you ready? Are you in here? Let me see. Oh, he's gone.
I'm here.
Check the other edits. I need to check some other edits before we get going. Archie is here. What kind of other stuff that you have for us? Do you have any like what's your highlight stories that you found that you think are the coolest ones so far for today's
There's a
videos?
video you can watch. I just think this is cool. It's not necessarily like
Which
that
one?
cool of a. It's interesting. I'm gonna send it to you on Discord.
Put it at the top of
It's
the.
like-
Okay, I see. Dude, something. Well, okay. Are we talking like with something that could be a video?
No.
No. Okay. What do you got for that? What do you have for that? Because that's what I want to focus on. Also, $5 super chat from Cabbage. It says, honestly, didn't really care about Charlie Kirk, but people celebrating are mentally ill and dangerous. Facts. And the more they do that, the more argument we have to say, hey, these people, they need to be held accountable. I disagree with half what Charlie said, but anyone celebrating his death is disgusting. Those in the chat, if you're an adult, act like an adult. There we go. $5 super chat from Mr. Person says, thanks for hosting this. You're very welcome, my friend. Willpower in the Twitch chat says, people who show hate for someone who died standing on his beliefs, I think do it because they're unwilling to live and die for theirs. They do it because they're angry because they have no control over anything anymore. And there's nothing they can do about it. So this is how they lash out. That's facts. Why else are they doing that? It's pathetic. All right. Any streaming tips? Just go live, practice, and make a better stream than the other people. Look at who else is doing it and try and be competitive. What else? So what do we have, Archie, for stories again? The top one says standoff between DHS and lefties broke out after car crash. Tear gas involved. Is that the top thing?
No, that's.
I'm gonna look at it.
Really. Yeah, you go for it.
I'm gonna take a look at this. What do we got here? Breaking. A standoff between DHS agents and the leftists have broken out amid a DHS-involved car crash, and tear gas is being deployed. Chicago is a war zone. Active duty Marines may be needed. They bring the Marines down there, and Chicago gets crazy. I'm telling you. I mean, the Marines will do whatever they're told, bro. If they even like the most gnarly things imaginable.
And when you first got on scene and you were able to talk to some neighbors and some witnesses there on the scene and describe to us what initially...
Judy, wait 1 second.
Okay.
I see Chicago police are arriving and putting themselves in the middle of the situation right now. It appears there might be someone in command, from what I can see, approaching the area. I'm not sure if this is in an attempt to start dispersing the crowd. But we have just in the last few seconds seen Chicago police who had remained at bay now starting to put themselves in the middle of the... Oh, God. Protesters are starting to throw rocks. We're going to get away from the scene right now,
Oh,
Judy.
shit.
Okay, Michelle, you take care of yourself. I'm going to let her get off the phone.
They must have threw a firework
we really
or some sort.
appreciate it.
Something
Get to a safe
loud
place.
happened.
So what you're watching, what you continue to watch, is exactly what Michelle has been describing.
Willpower, thanks for the sub on
It's
Twitch.
Again, at the intersection 105th and Avenue N. Last Michelle said is protesters started throwing rocks, and you can see that there is some chemical.
I think they threw rocks and they threw something else that was loud because everyone dispersed so quickly. Let me go back and look at that again.
Just in the last few seconds, seen Chicago police who had
What
remained
happened?
at bay now starting to put themselves in the middle of the... Oh, God. Protesters are starting to throw rocks. We're going to get away from the scene right now, Judy.
Okay, Michelle, you take care of...
So some crazy, like, rocks or something got thrown. Damn, dude. Oh, what is going on? I'll check that in a sec. Looks like some rocks got thrown, and then the cops started throwing some tear gas, and then everyone kind of backed up a little bit. Yo, Willpower, thank you for the Twitch Prime and the 5 gift subs on Twitch. Also, Sally May with a $5 super chat says, we need to pray for them, not turn to their tactics. Praying for Erica and all those hurting. I agree. Don't turn to their tactics, but taking what they're saying and putting their behavior on display for everyone to see. You don't even have to frame it any way. You could just show what happened. That's all you have to do. You could just show what people are saying, and that's enough. And what it does is it makes people come to your side when you do that, because you could show, like, look at how these people are fucking acting, and people distance themselves from that. So these people that act like that in the chat being disgusting during Erica Kirk receiving the Presidential Medal of Freedom on behalf of Charlie Kirk from Donald Trump himself, and people are being disgusting in the chat about her kids, about Charlie, all of that. Let them do it. All it does is it puts our point on display. You don't even have to really say anything. You could just be like, behold, look at how they act. And they're so mad. And then when you point out that we're doing this to them, it makes them more mad, and they do it more. They can't help it. So it's like, it's not even a secret. Like saying, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, the more I say it, the more they'll do that shit. They can't help it. And we'll just use it as fodder. Allow it to happen. It's how we won this last time, and it's how we're going to keep winning if they keep acting crazy like that.
Phone. We really worried so that the agents could possibly move their vehicle. Earlier,
that's a lot of tear gas.
Heard that eggs or some neighbors continue to monitor what is happening here.
You got anything else? Let's see. Damn. So we got a bunch of gift subs. We have Mr. Kalesha, Anger something, Utmost Wangle, and Steven, and D. Noel Greb. Congrats, dudes. You have received subscriptions to the channel on Twitch. Appreciate you once again, Willpower, and thanks for following. You subscribed before you even hit the follow button, bro. Archie, do you have anything else crazy going on for us to look at right now? Or we just kind of want me just to go through what you have? I'll see if I can improvise. See what we have going on.
So we got a load of stuff going on. It's just a load of individual stories. I picked out a couple more here that we could do full in-depth ones. So
okay.
Ray J. Jackson.
Raja Jackson.
Guilty, Raja Jackson, whatever. So we could like cover that whole thing as a whole story because he's now pled not guilty. That's new.
Pled new guilty. So, okay. Yeah, that's an interesting one. That is a good contender right there for sure. Put that one at the top.
Alrighty.
What else do you have?
Letitia James, she does this really cringe clip. God, it's so cringe. Have a look at this. It's this one right here. Are
you on the docket? Oh, this one.
Yeah, the docket.
Okay, I'll take a look at this one. It's cringe. Let me take a look here.
Yeah.
$10 super chat from T5. It says absolutely vile behavior regardless of your beliefs. In a place like America, why celebrate a man who died who tried to voice his opinion of free speech? I'll explain this once more. Because we always get a bunch of new people in here on these short streams. So they have absolutely no control over the world as it is right now. And they're angry about that. Like, they literally can't control anything. They used to have all the control. Now they have none. And they don't like it. So this is them acting out because they're mad. And there's nothing else they could possibly do. And all it does is just make it worse for them, better for us. Because we use it and it works. Because, I mean, it's obviously wrong when they do stuff like that. That's obviously the wrong thing to do. There's right and wrong. You know what I mean? Like, we all learned this when we were kids. We learned to not do the wrong thing, to do the right thing. We were taught to be nice and polite. Yeah, that's the basic things that they're not able to do. Okay, here we go. I'll do stream markers on each of these. Just in, Letitia James raises her fist into the air and proclaims she is fighting President Trump and the grand jury indictment against her for bank fraud. They're chanting, "We love Tish." Okay? I was told this is incredibly cringe.
I love you. I love you. We love Tish. We love Tish. We love Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I appreciate you, and I've got your back.
It sounds like you need people to have your back right now, and that's why you're doing this. That's just what I think. So, bank fraud. If she actually did that shit, fucking whatever the consequences are for the laws in the area, let's follow through with those. If she didn't do shit, which I don't believe it. I think she did it, but maybe that's my bias. That's definitely my bias. I look at her, I'm like, yeah, you fucking did it. But I could be wrong. If she didn't do anything, then she shouldn't be getting in trouble. And that's my, obvious stance on everything. Always want to make that clear because it's easy to get upset at these people because they're annoying and they're opposing the people that we support. So if she did something wrong, consequences. She didn't do something wrong, no consequences. Do I think she did something wrong? Yeah, I think she did. Bank fraud, bro. I don't know. Something about her vibe tells me, yeah, no, she did some bank fraud. She did? That's what I think. I mean, that's what I want to think, but I also want facts. You know what I'm saying? So we wait for those too. So there's like, the way I like to look at these things is I break them down and I separate them. I like to have and I always express it on my streams and in the videos. There's my emotional perspective, which is, nah, she fucking did that shit, bro. Throw the book at her. Right. And then there's my more logical perspective. And that is, I haven't seen any evidence yet. I just know that Trump does not like her and she went after Trump. Right. So like, let's see, I still want to see the evidence. But again, back to emotional viewpoint of looking at it. She went after Trump. Fuck that bitch. You know what I mean? So like, you can do both at the same time. And I think that's being really honest and reasonable with yourself and honest to the world as well around you, because it's just good to do that. Always say, okay, let's see some facts. It's important. That might be I'm going to do a stream marker for your archery. That might be like a Stamp Price clip channel for you right there, but that's my thoughts on that. I'm just kind of improvising. Whatever you throw at me, you want me to look at, but I made a video on it. There you go. That's my thoughts. Yo, we got some super chats. Super chats. Hello, can you $2 super chat from Moonflower says, hello, can you do they try not to laugh vids? I have a bunch of those. I haven't done it in a minute. And then ask twice, $2 super chats. Sorry, I didn't miss it. I was just in the middle of something, but I always scroll back up and check these out. $5 super chat for Mr. Person says, the same judge who tried to destroy Trump, shoe on the other foot. Exactly. That's why I'm like, fuck her, dude. You know? Like if she did some mortgage fraud and it's legit, bro, you know what I mean? And another $2 super chat for Moonflower. Moonflower, I haven't done those in a long time, but it's definitely on the table. I can't make any promises. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of retired from those, but maybe I'll bring it back someday. All right, what else we got? Archie, anything else interesting going on in the world? Raja Jackson.
Yeah, there's tons of shit.
Let's see, there's been another kinetic strike on a drug boat. I bet there's more going on. They just only show some of them.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna click through this because like we keep getting in trouble for this. So I'll just do like screenshots. So there's the boat. There's not the boat. President Trump announced that another kinetic strike has been carried out, taking out 6 male narco terrorists off the coast of Venezuela. Under my standing authorities as Commander-in-Chief this morning, the Secretary of War ordered a lethal kinetic strike on a vessel affiliated with a designated terrorist organization conducting narco trafficking in the USS Southcom area of responsibility just off the coast of Venezuela. Intelligence confirmed the vessel was trafficking narcotics, was associated with illicit narco-terrorist networks, and was transiting along a known DTO route. The strike was conducted in international waters, and 6 male narco-terrorists aboard the vessel were killed in the strike. No U.S. forces were harmed. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Love that. What do I think of Eastern files? Do you mean Epstein files? Epstein files concerning, do I think that we'll ever see them? No. Here's how I express what happened. They've been burned to ash. Then the ash was used and thrown in another fire and burned to even further ash. Then the ash was turned into paste and added to concrete. We'll never know anything. We'll never know. That's what I think. I think that whatever the fuck went down, it's been completely washed. The cleaners came in and took care of business. It was too hot. Whatever had to happen to make them go away. That's what I think. They're gone. They've been destroyed. And it sucks because I want to know, but we'll never know. That's my thoughts on that. Moving on. Let's see. What else do we have? Israel Hamas updates. I want to see. Yeah, I want to look at this particular clip right here. Because Trump says if Hamas does not disarm, they will be disarmed.
Mr. President, on Gaza, how long will it take Hamas to disarm, and can you guarantee that is going to happen?
Exactly spelled correctly.
I can't hear you in the video at the same time, Archie. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
They said they were going to disarm, and if they don't disarm, we will disarm them.
How will you do that?
I don't have to explain that to you, but if they don't disarm, we will disarm them. They know I'm not playing games. Okay, now, we did something monumental. We got the hostages back. That was the first thing we had to do. Above all else, get the hostages back. Now, they misrepresented because we were told they had 26, 24 of dead hostages, if we can use those terms. And it seems as though they don't have that because we're talking about a much lesser number.
Gaza, Mr. President, on Gaza.
Yeah, so here's my thoughts. Before, I'll just give you brief thoughts. I don't know if we're gonna do a whole video on this or not, but I'm so not confident in anything holding up. Either side can fuck this up. Honestly, both sides are probably gonna fuck this up. It's not even gonna just be one side. It'll just be both sides that completely drop the fucking ball on this. That's what I think. That's what I'm expecting. I hope that doesn't happen, but I don't know. That's what my gut is telling me. We'll see what happens. We'll see. So you have a whole thing on that, basically.
Yeah.
Hamas update.
What would you want to do a full video on the recovering the Raja Jackson stuff?
Is there anything to talk about? What's new other than
we'd have to go back
other
and
than
tell
you
the story. There's not.
Okay, so it's just retelling the story over again. I've already told that story.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I know you have.
So you want to tell the whole story over again that we've already told, just so we can give an update saying he pled not guilty.
Yeah, as in if we were going to cover it for a full video, is what I'm saying.
I know, but when I say that, and anyone that hears it, they're like, "That sounds boring." I've already heard that story. We have to listen to the whole story again just to get the little update at the end about that he pled not guilty. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
That's all I'm saying. We've already told the story, so unless there's anything other than that small update, then no, I don't want to do that as a big deal.
Yeah, fair enough.
This Israel Hamas update. I mean, I'm not. Let's see.
That's not good. Tons at all.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot there. Anything else going on crazy today? You could take the speech and just do Trump's Charlie Kirk's birthday speech. I shot that. I didn't record it, so you would have to get it from Twitch.
I could do that. A lot of these are mostly one-offs.
All right, well, I'll just go through them and talk about them on stream. I'm just gonna go through stuff, talk about it, look at it, and whatever we use.
Okay. Should I go back and? I'm gonna go back and do that Charlie Kirk one then.
You haven't heard about the Raja Jackson thing? There's this guy that fucking. I'll give you the cliff notes on it. So this guy, right here, beat the shit out of this guy. You can kind of see a. See if I can. Here we go. Oops. Hold on. You can see he slams him. We could show that because it looks they're doing like a wrestling thing, but then he proceeds to beat the shit out of this guy. And knocked a bunch of his teeth out and he had to go to the hospital, got knocked out. Yeah, so everyone wasn't sure if this was real or if it was wrestling, and turns out it was real. And now Raja Jackson has been arrested and he's pleading not guilty. Old news. The old news. Someone asked for a recap. It is old news, but the new news is that he pled not guilty. That's not old news. That literally happened today. That news broke today. And the decision was not to do a whole video on that because like that's it. That's all there is. Like he pled not guilty. Now we have to wait for more. Daily crash outs. Another kill ICE agents. Let's take a look.
This shit that be going on.
We should probably just do another compilation at some point.
Yeah, we could do. I should save up all of the ones. Actually, we could do one. We could just use the lib.
Oh, Gonzo's ready for me. I'm gonna pop into Gonzo's stream real quick. Gonzo, are you there?
I am here, buddy.
Sorry about that. I just noticed. Feel free to chime in.
No worries. I got 2 ready.
Okay.
Yeah. I was about to actually, but
okay.
Yeah. Here we go.
Final Sentence is a battle royale typing game where players compete against each other and one typo can be your last and only the final writer survives. This is taking me back to grade school when I used to play the snake game by typing in the letters, right? Or all those typing games to get us good at typing back in the 90s. Not gonna lie, I think I would have rather have played this when I was a kid, but it wasn't available, you know, because I'm old. But millions of people around the world have been trading for this their entire lives. This sounds epic and I'm definitely gonna be streaming this over on Twitch. Send it. That one's aced. Yeah, we'll just do that. Upcoming game title format. Final Sentence. What a cool game concept, to be honest.
It looks really cool, honestly. Although I wouldn't want to play it live. I'd fuck up so bad.
Bro, that makes it better.
I thought you were like kind of like poking me a little bit when you sent me this. I was like, this motherfucker.
No, it was I didn't think about it at all. I didn't think about you having to type in front of everyone on streams. Final Sentence. But yeah, no, that would make that so much funnier on your stream, dude. 100%. And you set it up? You set it up with like, you know, like how you get super nervous when people watch you type. You know, just exaggerate it, you know, like I get so nervous when people watch me type, and it sets up the video, and then it's fun to watch you squirm as you're trying to play the game. I think it would be a good video. All right, I'm ready for this one. Trump and Macron seem to get in an arm wrestling match during a peace summit in the Middle East. No, this is not AI. This is manliness here, right? Okay, we gotta look at Macron's trying to do it to Trump. We gotta mute that second audio track and put like music or something instead. It's
okay. I wasn't sure if that. Okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
Is what it is.
Thought.
Yep.
I need to re-put in all
Hell
the
March.
audio.
Hell March. Do Hell March.
Hell March. You got it. Let me pull that out.
Perfect.
You got too used to it being all in here.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Well, yeah, and you didn't even have to uninstall. I wasn't the thing, but I, you know, it was part of the troubleshooting process.
Yeah.
It's good to get a fresh setup anyways. It's going to make the program run a little bit better. Sometimes you just need to start fresh. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's try that again. Trump and Macron seem to get in an arm wrestling match during a peace summit in the Middle East. No, this is not AI. This is manliness here, right? Look at Macron's trying to do it to Trump. Right. Why are you trying to manhandle? So I would tighten up after right, and I would also tighten the first jump cut. So we're gonna say right, like there's a right. You see that right there? To the right. Nope, you're too far left. You're going even way further. Manly. It's right there. Yeah. You have that long space at the end. Manliness here, right? I would tighten all that up. Manliness here, right? Both of them should be tightened up, actually. I would just tighten it all up. And then also the first jump cut. This is... Hello? You there? You okay?
It's the video. I didn't hear you. What was that? Something about the jump cut?
Oh, yeah, the first jump cut. Yeah, the first one right there. So that one needs to get tightened up, and then just tighten all that up right there because there's like weird gaps. So if we tighten those up, it'll be a better first short.
Okay.
Get in an arm wrestling match. Yeah, right there. Honestly, I would just and then cut up in front of it before you do all that. Trust me, because you're gonna have to do that whole thing over again. Zoom in on that and cut it and tighten up the beginning of that. Zoom in more and look at the beginning of that clip. Trust me. Look at that gap right there. See that gap? You're gonna have to do it all over again because I'm gonna be tighten it up. Yeah, there you go. So instead of moving everything over, yeah, there you go. This is less steps. During a peace summit in the Middle East. That cut's fine. No, this is not AI. That cut's fine. These ones right here with the gaps, those need to be tightened up. This is... If it was a long form, I would leave those. For a short, I would cut them. And then I would test that. I would move that over and test the cut. Yeah, move that left and just test the cut just to make sure so you can... This is manliness. Okay, that was a good cut. I just do the check, edit, check method, and then I do that from left to right, and it makes me way faster. This is manliness. There we go. That's a good cut. This is manliness. Right there. Bam. Manliness here, right? Manliness here, right? Right there. Bam. Control B. Bam. Gone. Now we'll look at the beginning of that clip. Yeah, there's a gap there. It's going to be weird. There we go. There we go. Saving a step. This is manliness here, right? Look at Macron's trying to do to Trump. Why are you trying to manhandle Trump? He's bigger than you. He's okay. After hearing it, I would just delete here and right entirely. This is manliness. Look at Macron's trying to do to Trump. Why are you trying to manhandle Trump? Yep, that's it.
All right, we'll listen to the rest, and then I'll probably have to move the ending around because it's the AI part. So.
Oh, okay. You could just show some of it or speed it up or something. Or just do or just, here's what I would do. You cut it in half. Right, and then you on the clip on the left, you trim from the right, and in the clip on the right, you trim from the left until it fills that space perfectly. And then usually that cut is going to go from one visual to the next, and then the human brain fills in the rest. They could tell what was missing. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
that's how I would do that. As far as after that, I'm just going to let you send it on that. Let's title this one Macron and Trump arm wrestling.
Okay.
Something like that.
You got it.
Thank you, sir. And then the comment will be Trump won.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, buddy. All right. So now back to more things. What do we got? Sorry about that, chat. We're checking edits. You know, we got a whole. Everyone's working. Let's see here. This genius is encouraging young black men to kill ICE agents to stop the deportation of illegal foreign criminals. Okay, here we go.
Hey, for all this shit that be going on with ICE and shit, like how they just be beat motherfuckers' ass and shit. I swear, bro, all this shit is stop. It's just gonna take one motherfucker to just, you know what I'm saying, say, you know what I'm saying, ICE doing something, and it just take one motherfucker to be wrongfully arrested, and they just, hold on, what, shoot their ass, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, also, you're not gonna shit talk my editors, so that's another one. Like, so that's where there's no freedom of speech here. You don't have the freedom to shit talk my editors.
And once that one ICE agent die, get his ass popped, I promise you, shit's gonna change. They ain't just finna be running up.
You can talk shit about me all day. I don't give a fuck, but you're not gonna talk shit about my people.
Arresting any and everybody, folks. Cause if you just running up arresting any and everybody, detaining any and everybody, folks, and you run up on the wrong motherfucker, his ass just pop your ass. I guarantee you that shit gonna be on the news. They gonna change. There's gonna be some laws and all that change. But until then, bro, they just gonna keep on doing whatever the fuck they wanna do. Yeah, man. Where the YNs at? Y'all trying to kill each other, man? Kill the ICE niggas, man. Hey,
well, this is what this guy wanted to say. You know what? So, I mean, now that's out there. Maybe we'll make a short on this. We're doing a bunch of, we're doing really well with shorts. So, like, when we want to, we can focus on a specific person that is saying disgusting things. And we can get a lot of people to hear exactly what they themselves uploaded to the world. I'll give you guys like a little sample of what I'm talking about. So on here, here's my shorts views that we're getting. So we're getting 200,000 views an hour, 3 million views a day. That's actually kind of low. But we get it back up, and a lot of these videos are getting millions of views. And so when we want to focus on somebody when they're like this, that wants to say this type of stuff, we'll just show exactly their words unedited and say, look what this person has to say. And that's it. That's it. We'll just let people see exactly what these people have to say. And we'll get millions of views on it. That's what they want, right? This dude doesn't understand that he's in trouble. He's now in trouble, and rightfully so. Yep, he's in trouble. And we'll do our part and get his message and his words out there so everyone can hear what he had to say. That's what we're gonna do. I think that's great. What else do we have? 80-year-old becomes oldest woman to finish Ironman championships. That sounds kind of cool. Let's check it out.
USA from the USA.
Damn, dude, let's go. That's badass. You got this. Mike Uran says can't check in tonight, but I just wanted to say howdy, buddy. Having a rough time, but on the journey to deal with it. You've secretly been a massive help by just posting, bro. Glad I can help, and you got this.
Yeah, do that. Come on.
Us as men, we have problems. Us as men, we come up with solutions, you know, and we deal with them. We deal with things, and we keep on going, even though shit sucks. That's what we do as men.
USA.
This is badass, bro.
USA.
Damn, dude, is she 80? Looking good
What
for
made
80?
you decide to come back this year to Kona then?
You know, I wasn't going to. I wanted to do Maryland because really nobody has finished an Ironman at 79 other than Madonna, who finished Ironman Canada at 82. So
Madonna is 82? No, she's not. She's like in her 60s, right? Madonna age. She's in her 60s. 67. She must be talking about someone else.
Thought it would be a neat challenge just to finish an Ironman at 79. So I did that. And you know, you get so excited after finishing a race. And the next day at awards, my friends were saying,
cool, good for her. She's got a great attitude too. Hey man, just wanted to be that guy who comes in and says, I really enjoy your channel. Been subbed for maybe a year or two and always look forward to seeing your new stuff. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Keep standing up and exposing these idiots. Stay safe, brother. My mom just passed away 5 minutes ago. Is that true? I mean, what are you doing in here? I don't know. That's like, I don't know. That's weird. But if true, I feel bad, dude. You know, sorry that happened to your mom. Thanks for watching. But that just sounds fishy to me. My streamer radar is going off. My streamer senses. Just ignore second brew. Rather be thought of as a fool and open your mouth and prove that you are a fool. Yeah, you just let them open their mouth. It's so easy. You just show what they're saying. It's so fucking easy. And everyone's more than willing to listen. You know, right? A lot of righties, they'll be like, oh, you want to say this type of shit? We'll listen. And you know what I mean?
Yo, Stan.
Yes, sir.
I gotta go put some washing in the dryer, and just to double check, I downloaded that video. Should I edit up you reacting to the Charlie Kirk funeral?
Maybe. Yeah, because it's the most intriguing subject. It's the biggest thing of the day. It's Charlie Kirk's birthday.
Yeah, and it's 50 minutes, but I can skim through it. I think
utilize what I want you to focus on is how disgusting the chat was being, and fucking highlight every single one of those motherfuckers. Show their names.
Alrighty.
That's what I want you to do. Go on the warpath for me, Archie.
So like,
yeah, every disgusting fucking thing every single one of those motherfuckers said, show it, highlight it, make it bigger on the screen while they're talking, and just focus on that. Focus on what Trump is saying, and then get the highlights of the speech, but mostly focus on how fucking disgusting every single one of those people were being.
Okay.
We're gonna put them out there in front of fucking everyone. That's what we're gonna do. They didn't know that was gonna happen, did they? That's our video. And then me battling the chat, me talking the chat and talking shit on those guys, get all of that. If some of it got cut off and you need more footage afterwards, get that. That's our video for today, the one. Don't worry about anything else. If something comes up, I'll shoot it, but that's the video. Okay?
Yep.
Thank you, Archie. I appreciate you. Yeah, just go warpath for me on these guys, dude. Like, look at the stuff they're saying. You're a fucking lefty. This is disgusting. We don't want lefties saying that shit. Oh, well, righties do, because like I say, like the points I make, all it does is give us more argument power.
Clankers. I refuse to believe these people exist.
They're real lefties. Those are real lefties. You know what you should do, Archie? Do me a favor. I want you to go in the video and be like, hey, I'm a lefty and this is disgusting. You don't have to agree with anything Charlie Kirk said, but Stan is right. All you're doing is hurting the side that I'm on, and we don't want you. We don't claim you. You're baggage. Just say, like let them know. Like this is not fucking good for the lefties when they act like that. It's not. It just hurts anything they're trying to accomplish. It fucking sets it back. And it's true. Everyone knows that. So if you want to chime in and like defend your side and say these people are disgusting and like we don't own them, kind of a thing, if you feel like saying that, I highly recommend it. I would love to see it. But again, it's up to you. If you ever want to put yourself in the video, I'll never make you do it.
Alrighty.
So, I claim you, Stan the man. Thanks, Matthew.
Alright, I need to go do some of my washing, BRB.
Yep, and just lock in too. So I'll talk to you whenever you need me. Lefties, stand up for your side. Yes, 100%. Stand up for your side and don't claim those motherfuckers. If some fucking crazy racist Nazi is on the right, we need to not claim those motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? The lefties have their own Nazis that they gotta fucking drop. It's baggage that must be dropped. We both have baggage on our sides. Right now, the lefties' baggage is doing way more harm to their side. They need to drop the baggage. And there's some smart lefties that have been talking about this. You know, one person that surprised me that's a smart lefty that has been talking about this is Bill Maher. Always forget how to spell his name. Like, I'm just gonna pull up any clip. Here we go. Here's one from 6 hours ago. Let's see what he said. Let's just see what he said. He's a lefty that's been saying stuff that other lefties should be saying. He's pushing back against bullshit. He's not the biggest fan of righties, right? But at least he's making sense from somebody from his side for them, and he's not saying things that's hurting the lefties. He's saying things that are making the lefties like realize, yo, we have some crazy motherfuckers that we need to dump out of our side.
If you don't know what's going on in Nigeria, your media sources suck. You are in a bubble. And again, I'm not a Christian, but they are systematically killing the Christians in Nigeria. They've killed over 100,000 since 2009. They've burned 18,000 churches. This is so much more. These are their Islamists, Boko Haram. This is so much more of a genocide attempt than what is going on in Gaza. They are literally attempting to wipe out the Christian population of an entire country. Where are the kids protesting this?
Thank you. No one will talk
Exactly. You see what I'm talking about? There's, as a righty, can we please have lefties that are like this? I mean, now, if I just want to be selfish as fuck, I'm going to be like, lefties, please keep being wacko like the people were acting in our chat earlier. Please continue acting whack as shit. Yeah, no, like, because then they give away the store. That's what I call it. It's basically giving away the store. Okay, they're just handing over the power. That's not competitive one bit when they act all nuts and disgusting like that. But Bill Maher here, he's saying something that's true. Why don't we talk like that? This is how you get righties to listen to you. Say things that are true, that make sense, and be fair.
It's Africa. That's why no one's talking about it, and they should be. You can't read about it in mainstream media.
W
lefty,
right? Well, because the Jews aren't involved. That's why. It's the Christians and the Muslims. Who cares?
The dude doesn't always have the best takes. For example, he says video games cause violence. I don't believe that for a second. I hate it when people say that. But he's old, and he doesn't play video games, so he sees them as a waste of time because he's a boomer. I understand, right? But that takes L. But other things where it's something he understands a whole lot better, he tends to have some pretty reasonable takes. Sometimes it's not like super supportive of a righty, but he's still saying something that's true. He just has a different position on it, but he's talking about truth. It's actually great to see. So this is a really good example of a lefty that's doing good things, right? That was the first clip that popped up. I typed his name 6 hours ago. He posted that. He's not the only one, and this person surprises the shit out of me because he was so annoying during the first Trump presidency. He got fired from CNN, one of the Cuomo brothers. He's been speaking very similarly. He's saying stuff, and he's actually a lot more even more harsh on the left. He's like, why the fuck are you guys doing this? Why are you guys just dead set on 20% of every issue? Why don't you guys be more competitive? He's like frustrated with the lefties. There's lefties that are frustrated with the lefties, and I used to not be able to stand these guys. Even Bill Maher, he said some crazy shit. I can't stand him, right? But right now, just with how insane and bizarre the left politicians have been and their media, it's when you see somebody saying stuff like this, which is, like back in the day, that we would still be fighting about this issue. We wouldn't be able to agree on things. We'd be arguing about smaller issues. Now him saying this, he sounds like he's absolutely sane. You know what I'm saying? Hans, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Yen Diesel followed on Twitch 17 minutes ago. Thank you to you as well. October Riot, I see you in the chat. Christians have been killed more than any other race, religion worldwide since forever. I don't have the stats on that, but I mean, I just look at it as all the religions have been killing the other religions for a long time. There's a lot of examples, I just kind of, but that's like a vague oversimplification of it, but that's how I see things sometimes. I need an oversimplification so I can move on. understand my point. And thanks for understanding my point. I think like 124,000 Christians murdered in Nigeria since 2010, and the average is like 12 churches a month or something. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know much about it myself, to be honest, but it is a really good example of genocides being cherry picked, right? Talk about one genocide, but not the other. The Brothers Grump Gaming, welcome back. Is the N64 GoldenEye theme no longer copywritten? Not this one. I use this one. This is just the pause music. From GoldenEye N64, yeah. This isn't like the main theme. This is the pause music. Pop Stanimus, we've had such a massive long conversation going on here and entirely separate from your stream. Sometimes that's the way it has to be. There's a bunch of chats, you know, so I can't get to everyone. So I appreciate it. I'm glad that you guys are conversating and being nice, getting along, shooting the shit. Greetings from the Great White North, Canada. Been a fan for years. Hey, we got a snow Mexican. Love you guys. I love saying that. It's a little edgy. I'm not sure if it's allowed, but it feels like it's allowed for now. You know, maybe it won't, saying snow Mexican won't always be allowed, but for now it feels like it's allowed. Love watching your shorts. They're so entertaining and funny. Thanks for watching. I hope you're actually reading my chat, Stan. Let me see. Where did you post? The Jews hate me for being Christian. No, that was someone else. Let's see here. Who have been killed throughout history. Yeah, it's up there. They're gone. Sorry, bro. Yeah, I don't know. Like the Jews, the Muslims, they're gonna hate each other forever. You know. See, I think the Christians just want to stay out of shit, be left alone in this era. But maybe that changes. Maybe the Christians will fucking, you know, mount up at some point because they've had enough. Holy wars, dude. Maybe we'll have a modern day techno holy war. Should make a comic book. Anyone else see the near flawless launch of Starship Test Flight 11 yesterday? What an awesome feat. That was insane. I did watch that. It was sick. And I watched them putting all the satellites, like there's a robot just pooping out satellites into space, all the Starlinks. That shit was crazy, dude. Let's see, what else do we have going on? So Archie has a bunch of things for me to talk about. Original Farah clip. What is this? Oh shit, this is the MAGA hat. This is the MAGA hat. Yo, this is so funny. Okay. Late last year, The View's Alyssa Farah promised to wear a MAGA hat on the show if President Trump got the Israel hostages out.
My point when I say I'm not going to be apocalyptic, it's not changing a tune. It's not making every single thing a 5-alarm fire. Yeah. If he does good, if he gets the Israeli hostages out, I promise I will wear a MAGA hat for one day on the show and say, thank you for doing it. Yeah. She'll knock it right off my head. But like you have to be able to cheer for wins when they happen and then call out relentlessly the wrongdoing. Well,
okay. So that was the original clip. And then we have, here's her not wearing the hat. Oh, it's just a picture. She did not fill it. Yeah, she didn't wear the hat. Trump's full response. Oh, Trump responds to this? Oh my God, that's beautiful.
On a lighter...
Did you ever think I was going to be called a peacemaker?
Actually, I did. I saw some of the actions you were doing. Go ahead. But on a lighter note, Alyssa Farah, she is one of the hosts on ABC's show The View. She said a while back, I'll quote, "If Trump gets the Israeli hostages out, I promise I will wear a MAGA hat for one day on this show and say thank you for doing it." Your response.
Well, did she put the hat on?
Well, she hasn't got the hat yet.
Who is it? Which one?
Alyssa Farah.
Okay. Well, she used to work for me. So she used to work here. I'll tell you about Alyssa. She worked here. She gave me the most beautiful letter when, you know, the administration, the time came up, the election was rigged. I left. She gave me the most beautiful letter you've ever seen. I was a great president. What a great job. Some of the letters have been quoted. This is Alyssa, who I never thought was very outstanding. I figured she would not make it. And she didn't have a big role here either. And then we had January 6th, and she left after that or before that, but she gave me the most beautiful letters. And then even months after she left, and while we weren't here any longer, she sent another letter, glowing letter, beautiful letter. And then she got hired by The View, and they gave her a couple of bucks, and she changed her view very quickly. I never thought she'd make it. Never thought she had what it took in any way. You know what that means. But she's on The View. But it just shows what a fraud The View is, because this woman gave me letters and statements. She said I was the greatest president in her lifetime. Now, she's not that old, so I didn't consider it a great compliment, but I've had better.
Can we send her a hat?
Well, recently I've had the greatest president of them all. I like that much about her.
Mr. President.
Does that include Washington and Lincoln? Yes, sir, it does. I said I like that person. So I think she's a total. I think she's a joke.
Mr. President, on Gaza, how long will it take Hamas to disarm?
That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, well, she didn't wear the hat. We should never let her forget. You didn't wear the hat. Oh, here it is. She did put the hat on. Thank you, AI.
Thank you, President Trump.
Thank you, AI. I'm downloading that. I'm saving that, dude. I should do a video. Oh, yeah. Okay, where's the original video? I'll do a short on this. I'll do a short on it. The original one is here. No, here. Where'd it go? The original video right here. I'll do a short on this. Nice. This is gonna be great. This is gonna do really well. It's gonna be hilarious. And we're gonna end the short with her saying, well, she didn't put the hat on, but thanks to AI, she did. There we go. Let's save this too. Bam. And bam. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna make that. Oh, that's so funny. What's crack-a-lackin', everybody? It's Stan the Man. Good to see you, sir. What's up, High Game Informer? Ultimate Joshy Woshiness. Good to see you guys. Papa Frank in the chat says, happy birthday, Charlie. We miss you, and we will carry on until we meet you again. DR in the chat says, your shorts are the best on the internet. Thank you very much. I do be good at shorts. I do be good at shorts. Let's see. What else we got? We have some more stories to talk about. Democrat demands reopening for the government.
And they would send $500 million.
Maybe I'll do a full-on docket type video, actually. That's what I think I'll do. I'm just going to do a full-on thing. I'm going to tell Archie. I am going to do a traditional stand price video with all stories. Yeah, I think we're going to go through. I'm just going to go through this entire thing. It's a bunch of small stories. We'll just do like a bunch of small stories in one video. It'll be just like a daily update of all the things today. I think maybe doing that and then one-offs. Ooh. Quick. Have an idea. You don't have to shut up. This is chat. Yeah, people, you guys, as long as you're not breaking, you know, Twitch TOS, YouTube TOS, or spamming, or a new rule I made up today is no going after my people that work for me. That's bullshit. We're not going to allow that. So anything like that. But yeah, basically, you're free to say whatever you want as long as you're not breaking any rules, like YouTube rules or spamming, dominating the chat. Some people just like dominate the whole chat, and it's like, well, fucking, we obviously can't allow that. You have to, you know, wait your turn. All right, you know what? Let me see if I can get Archie in here. Well, I'm just gonna start opening up stuff in the docket. Let's see here. DHS. What's the most interesting thing to start with? Let's see here. Kinetic Strike. Letitia James. Donald Trump. Let's start with the. Okay, we're gonna start with the MAGA hat chick because that's funny as fuck. I think that's our packaging. Israel Hamas updates. Yo, so I had an idea. And we just kind of mix and match as we go, because sometimes we're like, well, what's the one big story if we're gonna do a whole video on? And today is more of like a docket type of day. So it's like it kind of goes day by day. So I'm thinking that what we can do is we'll do the one video of Charlie Kirk's birthday, because that's a really big story. And then also we have all these one-offs. So we'll do one that's like a one whole story, and then all these one-offs we'll compile it into like a traditional format.
All right.
Are you cool with that?
Yeah. Okay, that works.
All right. Stan, any example fodders yet? Yeah, we streamed the Charlie Kirk getting the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Trump gave it to his wife, and there was a speech, and there was a ton of people in the chat that were mad about it, and now we're making a video about them. So it's a video about Charlie Kirk's birthday and him getting the medal, Presidential Medal of Freedom. But also it's going to be a video about, look how disgusting all these people are. They didn't know they were going to be in a video. I didn't know they were going to be in a video. I just made a decision. I'm like, you know what? Let's make the video about that. They're our subject now. So yeah, we definitely have example fodder. Okay, Archie, I'm starting off with Alyssa Farah clip, because that shit is funny. That's a funny ass whole story. Israel Hamas updates, and then I'm looking for a fourth story or third story to move on to. So I'm just gonna workshop this on my own while you do your thing. I just wanted to run that idea by you and see if you're cool with me doing that.
Yeah.
All right, you got it. Thank you, sir. I'll just let you lock in. Surprise, Illinois. Let's see here. Raja Jackson, please not guilty. Daily crash outs. We only have one. I'll see if I can find more. Raja Jackson, please not guilty. This is in here twice. We get rid of this one. Erica Kirk on the way to celebrating that happened today. So maybe we'll do this. This is a good little story. Maybe I'll leave that one out just because we're doing a whole other video on that actually. Trump says he could change the locations of the World Cup and Olympic Games to red cities if it's too unsafe. That's fucking hilarious. That sounds like a good third story. I'll put this as a contender for right now. I like to do the first 3 stories, then daily crash outs, then quick fire on the rest of the stuff. So I'm just trying to Donald Trump nukes ABC reporter. Let's see what he did.
George,
thank you for your time this morning.
No, George, I said that I don't.
Up next, we'll be right back.
Brian, first of all, congratulations. I don't take questions from ABC Fake News. After what you did with Stephanopoulos to the Vice President of the United States, I don't take questions from ABC Fake News. Brian, go ahead.
Yes, sir. First of all, congratulations on achieving peace. You are indeed the peacemaker. On a lighter...
Did you ever think I was going to be called a peacemaker?
Actually, I did. I saw some of the actions you were doing.
Go ahead.
But on a lighter note, Alyssa Farah, she is one of the hosts on ABC's show The View. She said a while back, I'll quote, If Trump gets the Israeli hostages out, I promise I will wear a MAGA hat for one day on this show and say thank you for doing it. Your response.
Thank you for your time this morning.
No,
George,
Okay, that's interesting. We'll see what's up with that. I mean, I'll talk about that, but that one's not like a third crazy story. Maybe Letitia James, because that one's kind of funny. It's either Letitia James or Trump changing the location of the World Cup to a red state. What do you guys think should be the third funny? Because I do serious. Well, I guess they're kind of all fun. Well, first one's funny, second one's serious, third one's funny. Democrat demands for reopening government. I think I'm just gonna go with this. I'll put I'm gonna do Trump because he's funny. Put Letitia James down here. There we go. And I'll just go in this order. Whoops. Okay, there we go. We're going this order. One last thing I want to check out though before I commit to it is I just want to see what Trump says.
The answer is yes.
Oh, you know what? We're gonna watch this whole meeting. Actually, this is gonna be great.
If somebody is doing a bad job,
this was today.
and if I'm hurting Boston, the answer is yes. If somebody is doing a
Okay, perfect. Okay, we're gonna go with this, but then after I shoot this video, we're gonna do something really fun. We're gonna watch the whole Trump thing from today. So here we go. I'm gonna knock out this video. It's probably gonna take me 20 to 30 minutes to shoot it. It'll take me like 5 minutes to prepare it, and then we're gonna shoot it. If you guys want to be in the chat on the video, then join the shorts chat. That's the one that's popping. Alyssa Farah, or MAGA hat girl. That's her name. Israel Hamas updates. Israel Hamas updates. I'm just gonna start calling them hummus instead of Hamas because it's so close. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm allowed to call Hamas, just call them hummus? Or is that like racist or something? Trump changing World Cup location. New World Cup location. I'll be in the shorts chat, Stan. Hell yeah, join the shorts chat. That's the one that's going to be on the stream and on the video. Daily crash outs. Here we go. We only have one, but that's okay. You know what? Daily crash out. Like we only have the one. I'll keep this here, but I'm gonna see if I can find more. Daily crash outs. All right, moving on. DHS Chicago clashing. There we go. Got that story opened up. I'll put this in there too. Same story. Letitia James. Here we go. Letitia. Oops. Spelling wrong. Letitia James. Go. Drug cartel eliminated. There we go. We got that story. Raja Jackson update. Show this. There we go. 80-year-old. Okay, I'm gonna just nuke that one. It's not that interesting, but it was cool to watch live. But for the video, we're gonna pull it out. This is running a little bit long. Democrat demands government shutdown update. Government shutdown update. There we go. Trump nukes reporter. People love those. Do I have this one saved? I don't. We're gonna make a short on that. There we go. One offer to pay for troops for Trump. We'll put that in a government shutdown update. Trump thinks China did economically hostile act. Maybe I'll no, I'm not covering that one. It's just going to be reading out a tweet. Trump is pissed about his Time magazine cover. Hell yeah, we're covering that. Trump pissed. Oh, there's another tweet though. Time mag. Okay. Maybe I'll skip it. Trump. Let's see. Trump on fellow world leaders. Trump on world leaders. I don't think Stamp Price and his chat actually listen to us. What's going on? Oh, it's never too late to leave the cult and come back to reason. Bro, everyone has worldviews. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone thinks they're right. You could see the world however you want. I'm gonna see the world however I want. Right? You could think that I'm wrong. I could think that you're wrong, but that's the way it goes at the end of the day. Right? Yeah, let's see here. Oh yeah, this one was crazy. AI robots. Omar endorses Omar. There we go. Ice road stops. This. Oh, they're doing checkpoints on truck drivers. ICE checkpoints, truck drivers. Nice. That sounds like it makes sense to me. He was denied a visa over the new laws. Oh, that couldn't go in the same story. There we go. Border Patrol chase. Border Patrol chase. A lot of stories. Portland residents getting pissed about riots at ICE facility. He's running Senate. Okay, we'll end it here on Border Patrol chase. Alrighty. You guys ready? Let's see. Bro, these people won't listen. And it's the same with Stamp Price. I don't know. Stamp Price, hit me up later tonight when you want to jump on Battlefield 6. I'm not hitting anyone up, but if you catch me live and you want to, or you see me playing, you want to jump in, then hit me up. But I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go and do my thing, and whatever happens, happens. I work for the government. I currently work for the government and not getting paid. Or I work for the government and I'm currently not getting paid. I still say fuck their funding plans. When we were all forced to get health insurance, my costs have only kept up going up. Sounds good. I'll find you. Have a good day. See you, dude. All right, let's do a video. I'm gonna start off here. I'm gonna move my docket over here. I'm gonna pause my James Bondy music. I'm gonna record this shit. I could see all the chats. All right. Here we go. I'm just gonna shoot a video for Archie. This will be up hopefully tonight. We'll see how long Archie takes on the current video. We'll see what's up. All right. First 3 stories, right? MAGA hat girl. Alyssa Farah. The View's Alyssa Farah promised to wear a MAGA hat if Trump freed the Israeli hostages. We're going to find out if she did. We have updates on the Israel and Hamas situation. And Trump threatens to move the location of the World Cup if the Blue City World Cup and Olympics. And Trump threatens to move the location of the World and Trump, what am I saying? Trump threatens to move the location of the World Cup and the Olympics to a safer, from a blue state to a red, safer state. We have these stories and so much more. This is your daily injection of political crack. Let's go. Go. All right. Starting with MAGA hat. Oh, that's the wrong one. Here we go. Perfect. Late last year, The View's Alyssa Farah promised to wear a MAGA hat on the show if President Trump got the Israeli hostages out. That has happened, my friends. We have seen it with our own eyes. I promise I will wear a MAGA hat for one day on the show and say thank you for doing it.
My point when I say I'm not going to be apocalyptic, it's not changing a tune. It's not making every single thing a 5-alarm fire. Yeah. If he does good, if he gets the Israeli hostages out, I promise I will wear a MAGA hat for one day on the show and say thank you for doing it. Yeah. She'll knock it right off my head. But like you have to be able to cheer for wins when they happen and then call out relentlessly the wrongdoing. Well,
place your bets. Do you think she's going to wear a MAGA hat? Place your bets. We already know the answer. The answer is no. And here she is on our show today, after the Israeli hostages have been removed. And I don't see a MAGA hat, but I see one over here. Hey, thank you, AI. So this isn't real. This is AI. Looks real to me, though. But AI has taken care of business for us. So if she doesn't want to put a MAGA hat on, we'll put one on for her.
Thank you, President Trump.
You guys are so fucking funny, dude. I swear. Trump got briefed on this, and this is what he had to say about Alyssa Farah.
On a lighter...
Did you ever think I was going to be called a peacemaker?
Actually, I did. I saw some of the actions you were doing. Go ahead. But on a lighter note, Alyssa Farah, she is one of the hosts on ABC's show The View. She said a while back, I'll quote, "If Trump gets the Israeli hostages out, I promise I will wear a MAGA hat for one day on this show and say thank you for doing it."
No, she won't.
Your response.
Well, did she put the hat on?
No.
Well, she hasn't got the hat yet.
Who is it? Which one?
Alyssa Farah.
Okay. Well, she used to work for me.
She should wear a Trump 2028 hat. That's what I think.
So she used to work here. I'll tell you about Alyssa. She worked here. She gave me the most beautiful letter when, the administration, the time came up, the election was rigged. I left. She gave me the most beautiful letter you've ever seen. I was a great president. What a great job. Some of the letters been quoted. This is Alyssa.
She is sweating right now, bro.
Who I never thought was very outstanding. I figured she would not make it. And she didn't have a big role here either. And then we had January 6th, and she left after that or before that. But she gave me the most beautiful letters. And then even months after she left, and while we weren't here any longer, she sent another letter, glowing letter, beautiful letter. And then she got hired by The View, and they gave her a couple of bucks, and she changed her view very quickly.
Money changes people's view that are weak-minded very, very quickly. Yeah, she never wore that hat. She needs to, though. All right, make good on your promise. Don't be a liar. Don't be a liar. Why would she say it? Why would you say it if you're not going to do it? It's because she didn't believe Trump would actually get the hostages out, and now she's surprised Pikachu face like, huh? He did it. What the fuck? I hear my wife over there chuckling. Love making her laugh. Now we have some Israel and Hamas news. After a jam-packed 36 hours, President Trump has arrived back home in Washington, D.C. from Israel in the wee hours of the morning. This man is an absolute legend. I agree, Nick. Here he is coming back. We don't want the music, but, you know, he's coming back. And what did he do? He got all 20 hostages back. That's what he did. Alyssa! Is that her name? I've already forgot her name. I'm just calling her MAGA hat girl from now on. All 20 hostages are back and feeling as good as can be expected. A big burden has been lifted, but the U.S. is not done. The dead have not been returned as promised. Phase 2 begins right now. President Donald J. Trump. Here we go. Starts wars, ends wars. Facts. We all know it. We all lies. Just now, President Trump says that if Hamas does not disarm, they will be disarmed. That's pretty gnarly.
Gaza, Mr. President, on Gaza, how long will it take Hamas to disarm, and can you guarantee that is going to happen?
Well, they're going to disarm, and because they said they were going to disarm. And if they don't disarm, we will disarm them.
How will you do that?
I don't have to explain that to you.
Why do they always ask, how are you going to do, what are your military strategies of making these things happen? It's such a stupid fucking question. Why would you even ask that? How are you going to do it? Why the fuck would he say it? What a dumbass. Biden commended President Trump. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he wrote this, but I think he probably okayed it. I am deeply grateful and relieved this day has come for the last living 20 hostages who have been through unimaginable hell and are finally reunited with their families and loved ones, and for the civilians in Gaza who have experienced immeasurable loss and will finally get a chance to rebuild their lives. This is a great statement. All right? I don't believe he wrote it. I mean, Trump doesn't write all his own shit. When it's all really nicely written out, it's not him. Yeah, I don't think Joe Biden can write right now. So someone's helping him, but he definitely okayed this, and it's a nice message. The road to this deal was not easy. My administration worked relentlessly to bring hostages home, but you didn't. Get relief to Palestinian civilians. Yeah, they didn't get that shit. And end the war. I commend President Trump and his team for their work to get a renewed ceasefire deal over the finish line. Now, with the backing of the United States and the world, the Middle East is on a path to peace that I hope endures, and a future for Israelis and Palestinians alike with equal measures of peace, dignity, and safety. So there we go. That's so funny, dude. U.S. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee plays the bass in Sweet Home, pro-Israel take on Sweet Home, Alabama. I don't think I could play this, Archie. I'm going to have to skip that one. All right, moving on to the next segment. In other news, Trump wants to move the Olympics. They're going to be in a blue city. Oh, also the World Cup. Yeah, he doesn't want that. They're giving him shit, right? He's like, you know what? Let's move that to a red city. And I agree with this, bro. Move it somewhere red. That'll be dope.
Boston. The answer is yes. If somebody is doing a bad job, and if I feel there's unsafe conditions, I would call Johnny, the head of FIFA, who's phenomenal, and I would say, let's move it to another location. And he would do that. He wouldn't love to do it, but he'd do it. Very easily he'd do it. And this is the right time to do it. If I thought Boston was doing something that was going to cause safety conditions for the World Cup, I could say the same thing for the Olympics, because we have events that are in different locations for the Olympics. It's based in LA. If I thought LA was not going to be prepared properly, I would move it to another location.
But if they move it to Texas or Florida? I mean, Florida's great. Texas is great. They're both on a coast, right? That's nice. Coasts are nice. They bring a lot more things to the cities next to this coast. Yeah, just think about it. What if he brought it to, Miami? That'd be kind of nice. Well, that's a blue city, isn't it? Is Miami blue? any good red state in Florida or red city in Florida or red city in Texas. Let's do it. That'd be so funny. That would be so hilarious. Hell yeah, dude. I'll go to that shit. Jacksonville. Yeah, put it in Jacksonville. Now it's time for I'm skipping daily crash outs. This one's mid. I mean, I don't know. He's saying it's another one of these like wants people to go kill people, but he takes like a minute to say it and it's just boring. I'm just gonna skip it, but fuck this guy. Let's move on to the next one. Stream's got this guy's ticket. A standoff between DHS agents and lefties has broken out amid a DHS-involved car crash, and tear gas is being deployed. Let's take a look at this. Things are going down in Chicago.
When you first got on scene and you were able to talk to some neighbors and some witnesses there on the scene and describe to us what initially...
Judy, wait 1 second. Okay. I see Chicago police are arriving and putting themselves in the middle of the situation right now. It appears there might be someone in command, from what I can see, approaching the area. I'm not sure if this is in an attempt to start dispersing the crowd. But we have just in the last few seconds seen Chicago police who had remained at bay.
It's coming.
Now starting to...
This guy's... Oh, they're getting the tear gas ready. It's in his hand. It's in hand.
Oh, God.
Oh, now shit's being thrown at him.
To throw rocks. We're going to get away from the scene right now, Judy. Okay, Michelle, you take care of yourself. I'm going to let her get off the phone. We really appreciate it. Get to a safe place.
Started throwing rocks.
What you're watching, what you continue to watch is exactly
throw
what
rocks
Michelle
at federal agents. Go to prison. That's what I say.
This again at the intersection 105th and Avenue N. Last Michelle said as protesters started throwing rocks, and you can see that there is some chemical being deployed.
Now they have gas masks. They can stand in it. You guys can't.
Intersection. Just prior to this, you did see what appeared to be Chicago police officers and some commanders there trying.
Things are heating up. Justin, DHS is currently fighting off bounties being placed on ICE agents' heads in Chicago amid massive encouragement of violence from Democrats.
As we approach it, breaking right now, as we just mentioned, narco terrorists in Mexico are reportedly working in coordination with domestic extremist groups to place bounties worth thousands of dollars on the heads of federal immigration officers in Chicago. That is according to DHS, who are now slamming what they are calling an organized campaign of terror against agents just trying to do their jobs. Trisha McLaughlin from DHS will join us with more on all of that in a moment. As we approach it.
You know what? Chicago's a little bit different place than Portland. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're fucking around as much. I think we're going to continue to see a lot more chaos over there. Hopefully things don't get too crazy and the police can get all these crazy motherfuckers under control. Letitia James! Letitia! Tell us, Letitia. Letitia James raised her... I can't pause it. Letitia James in the news. Letitia James raises her fist into the air and proclaims she is fighting President Trump and the grand jury indictment against her for bank fraud. They're chanting, "We love Tish." Okay, whatever. She went after Trump. She went after Trump first. I don't know if she did bank fraud or not. If she didn't, then she... doesn't deserve to get in trouble, obviously. If she did, she does deserve to get in trouble. Emotionally, so that's my rational response to this. But logically, excuse me, that's my logical response to this. Emotionally, she went after Trump first. I feel really good about Trump going right back after her.
I love you. I love you.
She's so fucked, dude. We love bank fraud. We love mortgage fraud. We love bank fraud. We love all fraud. Anybody else would have been jailed already? Probably true.
Thank you.
She's the AD.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I've got your back.
She looks like E.T., kinda. She got the Oprah face. She definitely got Oprah face. Letitia James' niece living in a home at center of fraud indictment exposed as fugitive from the law with a years-long rap sheet. Oh my God, what the fuck is that? That's disgusting. Get that off my screen. You can't make this up. Meet Letitia James' grandniece, Nakia Thompson. Thompson is currently living as a tenant in James' home, which is at the center of her fraud indictment. The kicker, Thompson is a fugitive from justice and is officially listed as a absconder wanted by authorities in North Carolina for violating the terms of her probation. Jesus fucking Christ. That's disgusting looking. What a disgusting looking person. Gross, dude. She looks like a bowl of dog food, like a wet bowl of dog food, right? And not like you know how there's like kibble, but you, like add water to the kibble and mush it all up. That's what she looks like. Another drug boat has been blown up. You know, I get in trouble with YouTube, so I'm not sure if I can actually like show it. I'm pretty sure it would be okay, but you never know. Like I already got banned by something that's unfair before, so I'm playing it safe. But we'll just play this game. Here's the boat. Here is not the boat. Here's what Trump had to say. Under my standing authorities as commander-in-chief, this morning the Secretary of War ordered a lethal kinetic strike on a vessel affiliated with a designated terrorist organization conducting narco trafficking in the USS Southcom area of responsibility just off the coast of Venezuela. Intelligence confirms the vessel was trafficking narcotics, was associated with illicit narco-terrorist networks, and was transiting along a known DTO route. The strike was conducted in international waters, and 6 male narco-terrorists aboard the vessel were killed. In the strike, no U.S. forces were harmed. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Now we have Raja Jackson. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Let me back this up. Let's do this one first. Now we have Raja Jackson updates. He has officially pled not guilty. We weren't sure if this was real or not. We've seen the video of him punching the other guy. What's his name? Stuart Sicko Smith. Okay, so here's the original video. I'll play a little bit of it. Here's the slam. And then he just starts beating the shit out of this guy, busts a lot of his teeth out and stuff like that. Very gruesome. But it was during a wrestling match, so nobody, and it was all being like live streamed around it in between matches, like kick streamers and stuff like that. Jackson is a kick streamer, and nobody knew what was real and what was fake, and it was thought that maybe this was staged until he got arrested and is now officially pleading not guilty to actual charges of felony battery. So I think this guy is fucked. That's our update. In government shutdown news, Speaker Johnson lists off an insane Democrat demands to end the government shutdown. $24.6 million for climate resilience, $2 million for organizing for feminist democratic principles in Africa. What the fuck?
And they would send $500 million to liberal news outlets by refunding the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. It would also restore up to $5 billion of American taxpayer funds for wasteful spending for international projects. Here's a couple of examples. This is in their legislation, their counterproposal on the CR to keep the lights open. This is what they want to do. They want to spend $24.6 million of your hard-earned dollars as a taxpayer for climate resilience in Honduras. They want to spend $13.4 million for civic engagement in Zimbabwe. They want to send $3.9 million for LGBTQI plus democracy grants in the Western Balkans.
What the fuck?
They want to spend $2.9 million of your dollars for desert locust risk reduction in the Horn of Africa. And $2 million for, quote, organizing for feminist democratic principles in Africa.
What the fuck is all this?
We're not doing that. And they would send $500 million.
Okay, I guess the government stays shut down. Let's keep cutting the lefty stuff out of the government. Get it all cut out. Pull it root and stem. Just did. President Trump says a very wealthy gentleman offered to pay U.S. troops salaries if funding ran out. Really?
Shutdown. You have the money to pay the troops on October 15th. Okay. How is
I actually have a man who is a very wealthy person. You'll know that when I tell you this. Who called a donor, a great gentleman, and he said, if there's any money necessary, shortfall, for the paying of the troops, that I will pay it, meaning he will pay it. How about that?
Is that
I
Saudi
said, "Look,
prince or something?
We're not going to need it. We're going to take care of our troops. But this was a position that's being forced upon us by Democrats. And all they have to do is just...
Shut down.
In other news, Trump nukes a reporter. Let's take a look at what went down.
Thank you for your time this morning.
No.
Okay, excuse me. At least start that segment over. In other news, President Trump just shut down ABC News and refused to take their questions after George Stephanopoulos cut J.D. Vance's mic during an interview this weekend. Oh, I heard about that. So is this retribution?
Thank you.
Oh, here's the J.D. Vance clip to start. Okay, I see. Here we go.
Thank you for your time this morning.
No,
Governor
George, I said that I
Pritzker's
don't.
Up next, we'll be right back.
Holy fuck, they just cut him off.
No,
Governor
George, I said that I
Pritzker's
don't.
Up next, we'll be right.
We'll be right back. Oh my God.
First of all,
I
congratulations.
don't take questions from ABC Fake News after what you did with Stephanopoulos to the Vice President of the United States. I don't take questions from ABC Fake News. Brian, go ahead.
Yes, sir. First of all, congratulations on achieving peace. You are indeed the peacemaker. On a lighter...
Oh! Trump is backing up his boy, dude. He's not stepping down. He's like, hell no. You don't treat my JD Vance like that. Okay, and we covered the other stuff. I'm going to skip that because that was the first story. In other news, here's the Time magazine photo that they used for Trump. They're really focusing on his neck here. Here's and then Trump's not happy about it. So here's what he had to say. Time magazine wrote a relatively good story about me, but the picture may be the worst of all time. They disappeared my hair and then had something floating on the top of my head that looked like a floating crown, but an extremely small one. Really weird. I never liked taking pictures from underneath angles, but this is a super bad picture and deserves to be called out. What are they doing and why? And they're purposely trying to make him look bad, you know, because he's old and he's got his little, you know, his neck right there. The sun is shining through his hair, making it look all thin. Not the most flattering. I think what this shows, honestly, is like, hey, Trump's a normal person too, bro. And we're always our own worst critic when we look at ourselves in the mirror. You know what I mean? Most people don't give a shit. I guess if you're Trump, everyone gives a shit. But, you know, when we look at ourselves, we always criticize ourselves the most. And that's just kind of what I'm seeing here from Trump. He's just a dude, just like everyone else. An epic dude. Trump on his fellow world leaders. I get along with tough ones. I don't get along with the weak ones. What?
I get along with the tough ones. I don't get along with the weak ones. I get along with the tough ones. I don't know what that is, but Erdogan's been great with me. You know, when NATO has a problem with Erdogan, which they often do, they call me to talk to him. And I've never failed in working it out like immediately. Is that right? I get along.
You know what? He seems like he gets along with other like when he calls them tough people, strong people, people with resolve, and they stand their ground. He likes that. He likes that, and he sees it as a challenge too. Everyone else, he just walks all over them. This is not China. This is Long Beach, California. Look at these robots. They're taking our gerbs. They're taking our gerbs. I don't know if I can play this music, so I'm going to turn it off. But look at this. Isn't that crazy? All these things are aware of the positions of all the other things, and they're just everything is just being moved around autonomously. This is a dock in California, and look at all these things get around all by themselves, completely unmanned. This is the future. We're going to see a whole lot more of this going forward. Eventually, our roads will look like this. In other news, Omar has officially endorsed Omar.
Well, I'm excited to announce that I will be...
Awesome! Shut the fuck up! Moving on. Why so many fraudulent truck driver's licenses issued to illegal foreigners over the past 4 years under Biden? Okay, hold on. This is the we're doing checkpoints on truck drivers to see if they speak English.
Where are you headed? To Michigan. Where at Michigan? Wyoming. Where? Wyoming, Michigan. Wyoming, Michigan? Yeah. All right, be safe. All right, thank you. I'm trying to keep my voice up just a little bit, right?
It's annoying. I get what he's talking about. It's annoying as a truck driver because it costs time. Time is of the essence as a driver. You have routes, you have deliveries, you're trying to make your time, and it's disruptive. I understand his perspective 100%. I know a lot about trucking, not a lot, but I know a little bit about trucking. I know people that do this, and I've been on some rides with some people. It's all about making good time, my friends. So I get it. But also on the other hand, this is a great way to start weeding out all the illegals that are driving in America. That should not be a thing. This non-citizen who doesn't speak English was denied a renewal for his trucking license after a Trump administration issued new guidance to close loopholes. Good.
Last week, Vivek Sharma went to the DMV to renew his trucking license, but he was denied. The problem? New rules surrounding the process. As he explains in Hindi, only green card holders and U.S. citizens can get their commercial driver's license renewed. Sharma's been in the U.S. legally for the past 10 years, seeking political asylum. His final court case is next year. He's been driving a truck for the past 8 years, but now he can't.
Wait, he's been here 10 years and he doesn't fucking speak English? What the fuck's up with that? Been here 10 years, bro. If you're coming here to seek asylum, he's upset because he can't send money back to India. He's seeking asylum from fucking India. A lot of the asylum seeking from India is complete fucking bullshit. It's all loophole bullshit. So until I know what the actual story of someone is, I automatically assume by default that they're manipulating the system. And finally, leftists cannot compete with the U.S. BP. What's the U.S. BP? Oh, United States Border Patrol. I thought this was ICE. Is it the same thing? Here we go. Run. Run, 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 run away. Oh! Get him! Get him! Get him! He's gonna get tired eventually. Oh, he's tired. What the fuck, bro? Keep going. Bro, no, get the fuck up. Go get that motherfucker. Yeah, bro. Hustle. What the fuck? You guys give up? Keep chasing. How did it end up? Okay, they got him. They got his ass. What is that, Canadian? Who the fuck's that? All right, I'm not ending stream. I'm ending the video segment. And right, nice. It's about 28 minutes. So I'm just going to do an outro for the video that I just shot, but I'm staying live. So don't go anywhere. All right, here we go. Anyways, friends, that's all I have for you today. It is time for me to go. See ya. All right, I'm staying live. That's just for the video. I'm uploading that for Archie so he can edit it. Here we go. Download. No. Oh, here we go. I got the video right here. Perfect. Boom. All right. Docket shot. 30 minutes of footage. Yep. Get to work, Archie. He's working right now. He's working on the Charlie Kirk video first. Then he'll work on that one. But all this is done. Let me get some of this music back on. I'm gonna chill with you guys. I've shot basically all my videos today. I think, let's see how long we've been live. 2 hours, 40 minutes. Oh, I wanted to watch a Trump stream. You guys are gonna love this. We'll watch the Trump stream and then I'll transition over to playing some games. Nice, this is it, the round table. Let's go, dude. This guy never stops working. It's crazy how much he works, man. Love to see it. Here we go.
Well, thank you very much. It's a great honor to have the leader of Argentina, a place that I love, I've been to, and one of the most beautiful places in the world, President. And I really want to thank you very much. He's MAGA all the way. It's Make Argentina Great Again. I heard I heard about him when he was campaigning, and even before his campaign, he's a great
Now, Stan, give us the love and attention we crave. I will.
Saying a lot of very correct things, and he was very much in a conservative mode.
What's up, Tom? I see you, Steve, Heather.
As you were running, and even before you were running.
Before we get into this, let me just catch up on some chats. I'm just gonna say thanks to everyone that's hanging out. Indie Dad Gaming is hanging out in the Twitch chat. Appreciate you. Welcome back, Dozer Chin. GGDQ's hanging out. We got Lord Hagar, Dalbro, Tom Lennon. We got Steve, Ultimate Josh Oceanus is still hanging out. It says Stan Price, yo Stan, how come you don't switch to Papa Stanimus anymore when you start gaming? Maybe I will today, but I don't know. I just like because I'm lazy. That's why it's just pure laziness, honestly. But I should. We have Misty Doll still hanging out. God bless you, Erica, for love you, sending prayers. We have Torbillo hanging out. Heather Conway, Aaron, Alex, Rob H, Robert Presley, Design Traveler, High Game Informer, Ace of Spade, Highway Pirate. Lots of people hanging out. Appreciate you.
As a tremendously talented economist, you were getting a lot of good write-ups, and I appreciated that. But he was making Argentina
thank you very much, man.
I actually sent him some hats for his early part of the campaign, and then he called me and wanted a lot more. And I said, when does it stop? When will it stop? And it stopped with him winning, and he's become very popular, and he's on the verge of a breakthrough. I think he's really on the verge of tremendous economic success, and I know that Scott Bessent is helping, and our great Scott is doing a job, and he feels very strongly about it. And Scott, do you want to say just a couple of words about that, please?
Yes, sir. The president is fighting 100 years of bad economic history and policy, and is
both presidents.
Both.
We're fighting bad. I thought he was talking about the U.S. president when he said.
And there's a midterm election coming up. We think he's going to do quite well, and then continue his reform agenda. Mr. President, as you said, President Obama had a big opportunity during his term, which he wasted. Many governments in Latin America went center-right, and the U.S. ignored them. We are not going to ignore our allies. It is economic strength. We're using our economic strength to create peace, just as you've done all over the world. And it is much better to form an economic bridge with our allies, people who want to do the right thing, than have to have shoot at narco gunboats. So we think that this is an opportunity for the Argentinian people, and that President Milei is the one to do it. He's got a great cabinet. He's got a great team who we've worked with over the past weeks.
And the election is coming up very soon, and it's a very big election being watched by the world, because he's done an incredible job. But with that comes some pain. And they have some pain, and now they're coming out of it. I think the victory is very important. Your poll numbers, I hear, are pretty good, but I think they'll be better after this. And, you know, our approvals are somewhat subject to who wins the election, because if a socialist, or in the case of New York City, a communist wins, you feel a lot differently about making an investment. I think, Scott, you'd feel that if somebody that had no chance, in other words, if somebody wins and has no chance of ever having a great economy because of that philosophy, you would put a halt to what we're doing.
Yes,
how do you like Battlefield 6? It's awesome.
We're confident that President Milei
my favorite shooter of the year.
We've been criticized by a couple
favorite
of
shooter over the past several years.
Senator Warren. And she
that's a compliment.
Yeah.
she has no idea what she's doing. She's a nasty, horrible senator. Go ahead. Other than that, I like her very much.
Yes, and she and her protege in New York, Mandame.
I'm just gonna get rid of this guy. This guy's annoying.
He's a Peronist. I think he's more of the communist Chauvinismo. So we stand with the president and what he stands for, and the hope for the Argentinian people. And President Trump, just like you, he carries the young people. So it's hope for the future. The Argentines have
Listen wants attention. Yeah, I'm not giving it to him.
Off 100 years of bad policy, They
I'm
went
busy.
from one of the richest countries in
I would give it to them. You know, you guys know I like to give it to them, right? But I'm not giving them anything. I'm busy right now.
the world to a ton of debt. And I think that with the bridge
What's up,
the
Trevor?
U.S. is giving them and the strong policies that Argentina can be great again.
Thank you very much. Please, go ahead, please.
Muchísimas gracias por esta recepción. Me siento muy honrado, muy especialmente en este momento en el que
Just joined
digamos,
Trump cabinet
gracias
meeting,
al
roundtable,
gran liderazgo suyo,
or roundtable meeting.
Presidente Trump ha logrado la paz en Medio Oriente. No solo este gran logro que ha sido alcanzar la paz en Medio Oriente, sino lograr el retorno de los 20 rehenes vivos. Además, quiero también felicitar por esa
Trevor,
labor y por
Colorado, and
entender,
hey,
digamos,
Sam here, bud.
la amenaza que es el socialismo del siglo XXI en todo el mundo y en especial en América Latina, la labor de Marco Rubio. Y también quiero agradecer profundamente el enorme trabajo que ha hecho el secretario Bessent, digamos, para ayudar a superar este problema de iliquidez que tenía Argentina como consecuencia, digamos, de los ataques políticos que hemos sufrido por nuestros opositores que no quieren que Argentina vuelva a abrazar las ideas de la libertad y que quieran
Yeah, we don't get it. I'll translate. I can tell you what he's saying.
perimidas, fracasadas.
Donald Trump is the
que en
best
el fondo
president
no son ni más
that
ni
America's
menos
ever
que
had.
caminos que conducen al socialismo.
JD Vance will probably be a great president in the future for 8 years.
Muchas gracias por recibirme.
I'm really
Muchas
looking
gracias
forward
por
to
lo que están
see
haciendo por el mundo
Donald
libre.
Trump's son,
Muchas
Barron,
gracias,
potentially
secretario
become a
Bessent, por
president
la enorme
someday.
tarea que ha llevado a cabo y que, digamos,
He's a brilliant young man,
permite
and he's
tener
learning
una
great things
ruta
from his
para poder
father.
transitar tranquilos y hacer lo que los
Venezuela
argentinos de bien necesitan y que creo que va a ser un
needs to
buen,
stop
un buen
sending
caso
drugs to
para
America.
mostrar al mundo que las ideas de la
We want to do
libertad
everything we
funcionan
can to help
y
as
generan prosperidad.
Argentinians.
Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And
Do we have
the
a
last thing he said is Kamala Harris is retarded.
interpreter that wants to, you all either have that, has everyone understood? Because I think you made a very important, profound statement, actually. But we could have it interpreted if you want. Does anybody want
Reynolds,
to
yeah, enjoy the
Would you
dinner
like that?
plans. You know
Would
what? You're
like
making me want to
Can
go to
the
hibachi
interpreter
for some
speak
reason.
what,
I'm feeling like some
you have somebody
hibachi.
set up for that?
I want to make some dinner plans. Hibachi time. Bernie, want to do hibachi?
No, that's okay. Don't worry about it. We'll leave it that way.
She's making dinner right now.
It's an
I'm
honor
just
to
kidding.
have you here, and I just want to tell you that you're.
I'm from
career has
Israel.
been
What's
an
up, my
amazing
friend?
one, and it's going to continue with the election.
Is this footage live? This was not. This is not live. This was earlier today.
Fully endorse you, and you know, people in Argentina like me. A lot of people like me. I'm even surprised myself. But we had a great week. We had a great weekend. We had a great period of time in the Middle East.
Sounds good,
was
doesn't it?
Very comprehensive.
It does sound good,
It went
doesn't
very
it?
rapidly, and I think it's going to lead to something that's going to be
A new follower.
unrecognizable.
Which one do you want to go
certainly
to?
for the Middle East.
Benihana
What,
or Mount
what's taken
Fuji?
place in the last few days.
Which one's
people
better,
can't believe it.
Benihana or
I've
Mount
never seen
Fuji?
anything like it.
Let me
I've
know in
never
the
seen
chat,
love
guys.
and the spirit.
We'll let chat
And I've
decide.
done a lot of things. I've done a lot
I think
of
it's
deals.
time
I've
for
done
some
a lot of
hibachi. It's
political
been a minute.
deals where countries come into line or whatever, but I've never seen anything like this. The level of love, and it has to do with the mystique.
Your
of the
videos are a
Middle
great way
East,
to
I
catch
think.
up on the
So
daily
I
news. I
did
watch
other
every night.
countries. I did.
You know what?
I did 7 other settlements of war.
I've been thinking about like changing from like doing one video with a bunch of news in it to just doing one story per video. But so many people like getting everything that happened that day from those videos. There's enough of you guys to where I'm like, I think we should keep doing it.
Wars, complete settlements of wars, and it was very well received.
Hell yeah, dude.
But this is something I've never seen anything like it. The media,
Yeah, which everyone has
covered
yum
very
yum sauce.
thoroughly, and even the
That's
fake
Mount Fuji.
news, of which we have a lot, they actually covered it fairly for a change. And
It's mustard,
I
chill.
appreciated that. We have to get back to that. It's so important. But I just want to say it's a pleasure
mustard, chill.
to be with you, and we're going to have lunch, and we'll take a couple of questions from the news, and I'm sure they'll be extremely non-hostile and friendly. like JD went through a very friendly interview with George Slobodanopoulos, who was nice enough to pay me $16 million the last time we came. He had to pay $16 million to me, which was good. It was worth having somebody lie. If you get $16 million, that's good. But JD had a very nasty person interviewing him, and we can't let that happen. Just as inappropriate to cut off a highly respected vice president of the United States mid-sentence. I guess it's one way to win an argument. That was the only way he was going to win the argument. So it was pretty inappropriate. I want to tell you that. So thank you very much. Do you have something there?
Says, hello from Argentina. Is my president still there with him? This happened earlier today. We're about 10 minutes into a 50-minute video, and he is still there in this video, but I don't think he's still there with him right now.
Yes. Oh, good. Thank you.
Sí. Quería darle.
I'll get it.
What's that?
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
And when he did this letter, Mr. President, your settlement in the Middle East wasn't done. So we have to do a new letter.
Let's do that.
To include a gap, because this is a very important.
You'll have to add one extra sentence.
Exactly.
That's good. Thank you very much. This is such a beautiful statement. Thank you very much. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Mr. President.
Stan, let's meet up for some hibachi this Friday.
Mr. President.
I'm down to meet up with some people.
Why don't we talk about Argentina first? And then
Argentina time.
Mr. President, how is this
China in Argentina? Sorry.
Go ahead.
How is this Argentina rescue package America first? And is this rescue package meant to help President Milei's party in the coming election?
No, it's helped. It's really meant to help a good financial philosophy where Argentina can, after 20 years of disaster, because it was very successful at one point, and it can be again, like Venezuela.
We can do hibachi tonight if you want. You want to?
And now it's a dictatorship.
Huh?
So we can.
It just popped in my head and I suggested it. We can do it.
Progress in South America. South America, Marco was telling me, he's like our great expert here. He really knows it. But you were telling me that so many of the countries are coming our way, and we had a few years ago when I just came back. So I've been here now almost 9 months.
Frankenstein says, "Love watching you, Stan. Your content is amazing. Thank you very much, dude."
How poorly we've done. We lost so many, and one of them was Argentina. Would be lost if he wasn't there. And I think he will be there because the people recognize he's done an amazing job. He took over a real mess. So did I take over a mess. I took over a mess by, the Biden group. And Obama he started it. I'll tell you. Barack Hussein Obama started it. Could
Gotta
you
be
give
in
a couple
Tampa.
of words on South America? You were telling me so well yesterday.
I plan on actually going to Tampa.
Well,
That's
of
on
all,
my
we have
to-do
now
list.
8 or 9, 10 countries.
And it's high on the list
Argentina
too. Tampa it's weird you're saying that. Tampa is very high on my list because I'm scoping out different places in Florida to potentially move. I might move to Florida. I might move to Texas. Washington's on the table. Brittany really likes Washington. All no federal or state income states, which are nice. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. And we did Orlando now, and then now I want to go check out Tampa and just see that side of Florida. I've never been there.
Foremost among
Austin
them
says,
that
"Love your
have
videos.
aligned
Keep
with
up the good
United
work."
States
I will
on
do,
issue
man. Thank
after
you.
issue in international community events all over the world. In fact, these great allies like Argentina, but I can go into others. Costa Rica, I don't want to leave anybody out. El Salvador, but I think one of the more promising developments is later this month there'll be an election in Bolivia after 25, 30 years of anti-American hostile government. Both of the candidates running.
$2 super chat from Yoshi says, "Come to Tennessee."
Strong and better.
Bro, I just went to Tennessee earlier this year. I was in Nashville. Never been there before. I got pepper sprayed.
Relations with the United States and another transformative.
But it was fun and the food was awesome. I'll be back.
So I think this is important. This is our hemisphere. It's where we live. And having strong neighbors such as this.
And great progress has been made, really.
And we'll make more. Absolutely.
Over the last 9 months. Really over the last 9 months. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, from Argentina, Buenos Aires, do you imagine soon a free trade agreement with Argentina? Could it be possible soon?
Yeah, it will be. Well, we're going to discuss some of it today, but no, we want to help Argentina, and we want to always help ourselves.
Hell yeah, let's help out Argentina. They're friends.
And one of the ways we can do, they have great
Always
product.
take care of your friends.
And we used to do a lot of trade, and then if you look at what the Democrats, well, they didn't know. They didn't know. Honestly, they didn't know what they were doing. But a lot of that trade disappeared, and they have great product. So we will be trading with Argentina. It'll be helpful to them, and it's helpful. It's good for us also.
Was China trying to draw a wedge between the U.S. and Argentina by buying soybeans from Argentina and not U.S. farmers?
I would say so. Yeah.
And China,
The translators are making it hard to hear.
Likes to draw wedges. Yeah, sure. I mean, I guess that's natural. It's China, and it's natural, but it's not gonna mean anything in the end.
Mr. President, from Argentina, should Argentina end the China swap and close the space base in Neuquén?
I don't think you should be doing business much with. You can do some trade, but you certainly shouldn't be doing beyond that.
Whereas
Certainly
Epstein
shouldn't be
files
doing
are
anything
destroyed.
having to do with
Don't
the
you know this?
military with China.
How does anyone, like everyone that's demanding the Epstein files, right? And like, I mean, you can demand them, but asking where they're at. You don't know where they're at? We all know where they're at. You don't know? You didn't hear? They didn't tell you where the Epstein files are at? They've been destroyed completely. And anything that was left over, that's been destroyed too. There's nothing left. It's ash. Nobody told you that? You'll never know. You'll never know what happened. No one will ever know. We want to know, but we won't get to know. We'll never know the truth about JFK. We'll never know this. We'll never know any of this shit. It's just one of those things. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
And if that's what's happening, I'd be very upset about it.
But they've obviously been destroyed.
You understand that, Scott, right? You do understand.
He doesn't have to get off the files. Demanding that we get to see them is something important. It's very important, okay? But saying, where are they? Where'd you go? Right? I mean, where do you fucking think they went? In the trash. $5 super chat from Bouncer says, thank you, Stan, for what you do. You help speak our voice. God bless you and your family. Thank you very much, Bouncer. I appreciate you.
So important for Argentina, the swap.
Israel has it, maybe. Who knows? But I think it's destroyed. It's gone. We'll never see it. Never see the light of day.
Swap with China being closed.
South Tampa's where you got to be. That sounds good. I haven't been there. I got to check it out. A new follower.
Argentina has to expose China.
Running Whisper, thanks for the follow 9 minutes ago. And Justin, other guy, thank you for the follow just now on Twitch. I have a friend in Tampa. He used to be, his name's Kelly. We were in the Marines with each other, but after the Marines, I got into business, and then eventually I got into Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that. But he became a reality TV star. He was a boat captain. I've never seen the show, but he's in a show called Below Deck, and he was one of the captains on that show years ago. It was pretty famous for it. It's funny, and now he doesn't do that anymore. And he sails yachts for rich dudes in Tampa, and he keeps inviting me over there. And so I'm gonna go over there one of these days and meet him and his new wife. And I mean, he's my friend, Kelly. We went to Iraq with each other. He pops in every once in a while. He streams World of Warcraft now and sails his boat. That's it. I want to go on a boat, and he says Tampa's the nicer side of Florida. I don't really know. I'm from California. I know California shit.
No, I was.
Where'd the audio go?
Referring more to.
Did my headset die? Oh, my headset died. Give me a second.
Ports, military bases, observation facilities that have been created in Argentina.
Than the swap? More than the swap?
More than the swap.
Okay.
There we go. I grew up in Orange County.
Yeah, behind you, please.
Yes, President.
What's up, Walter?
Argentina, what's the benefit for United States in helping this way Argentina?
Just helping a great philosophy take over a great country. Argentina is
From
one of the most
Riverside
beautiful
area.
countries that I've ever seen.
Grew up in Yorba Linda, right next to Riverside.
We want to see it succeed. It's very simple. I mean, we don't have to do it. It's not going to make a big difference for our country, but It will in terms of South America. If Argentina does well, you're going to have others following, and a lot of others are following. You have countries in South America that 2 years ago would have never even been
Temecula,
thought of to go as democracies or
Modesto,
as just countries that want to do fair and
Oakland,
balanced
that's way
trading.
up there.
And now
I don't know anything about Oakland. I'm a
Bolivia,
Southern Californian, bro. Northern California, that's a completely different species of human.
There are numerous other countries that are coming our way. And Brazil, as you know, I had a very good conversation with the president. I met him at the
Not
United
firing
Nations
shots. They just different.
Before I went up to
Those are
speak,
different
and then
kinds of
I found out
Californians.
They didn't have a speech because
Sacramento.
I had my teleprompter. They turned off my teleprompter purposely. They made it impossible for me.
Massive two shits.
But it didn't silence me.
I can't hold myself. I'm still 8 mentally.
And it was a good speech. I mean, it was a good speech. But no, think of that. You go into the United Nations, I'm speaking in front of 158 leaders and the whole world. And I look at my teleprompter.
Your mom's a
and it's
different
dead.
species of human.
They killed my teleprompter.
Yeah, I'm a mixed breed.
They wouldn't let the man that operated into the booth. Can you believe that?
You don't have any specific interest in economic terms for the state?
I do have. No, I want to see it succeed. I think it's going to be great, and we will benefit also. But it's not that big a benefit because it's not that big a country, but it's a very important country, and it's a country that can be very successful. There are some countries that will never be successful. This is a country that has great potential if it has the right leadership. And you have the right leadership with this man right here.
I love bacon too. Hell yeah. Eat bacon every day.
Support dollarization?
I would say that I'll leave that up to my my economic people, but I like the dollar. I'm very strong on the dollar. And anybody who wants to deal in dollars, they have an advantage over people that aren't. But for the most part, we're keeping it that way. I think if Biden would have, Biden, that group would have gotten elected, meaning Kamala. You wouldn't have the dollar as your currency anymore. You wouldn't have a world domination.
My uncle grows
by the
weed in
dollar
Homeland and looks
if
like Santa
I didn't win
Claus.
this election. And now the domination, like BRICS.
Hell yeah, I want to meet your uncle.
Anybody wants to be in BRICS, that's fine, but we're going to put tariffs
Hell
on
yeah.
the nation. Everybody dropped out. They're all
Thanks for
dropping
your
out
service,
of
Dan.
BRICS.
Thanks for paying taxes.
BRICS was an attack on the dollar.
I need to come up with a better response,
And I
but
said,
thanks.
you want to
Thanks
play
for
that
hanging out,
game,
man.
I'm going to put tariffs on your all of your product.
I'll just say
coming
that.
into
Thanks
the
for
US.
hanging out in my chat.
They said,
keeping
like
me company.
I said,
How about
we're
that?
dropping out.
Appreciate you, Justice.
And BRICS is.
It sucks streaming by
you don't even
yourself.
Talk about it anymore.
Good to
Scott,
have you
wanna
guys
add to
here.
that, please?
We're very happy with the current currency arrangement.
I probably know your uncle, he says.
Your ABC fake news. I don't want. Go ahead, Brian, please. I don't take questions from ABC fake news after what you did with Stephanopoulos to the Vice President of the United States. I don't take questions from ABC fake news. Brian, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Pieces of shit. Pizza Chet. You pizza Chet.
First of all, congratulations on achieving peace. You're indeed the peacemaker.
Hard to believe, right? Did you ever think I was going to be called a peacemaker?
Nicholas, you don't have to spam it, bro. I'll read it. I see you. Stamp price. My father served in Iraq. His business name is PTSD Woodwork and Crafts. He donates to Tunnels of Towers and also created handmade best wooden flags and pens. That sounds sick. I'd love to get one of those. Tell me where to see. What's it called? PTSD Woodwork and Crafts. I'm going to look it up. Here, I'll do that right now. Let's look it up. Nice. Let's see. Do you have a website? Let's go website. There's a website. This must be it. Oh. Website's not working yet. Oh, there it goes. Veteran made to help veterans in need. Let me see the services. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. We have a Charlie Kirk. That's amazing. Look at these. That looks beautiful. Oh, and it has a burn art on the bottom. That looks incredible. Oh, I really like that one too. Man, I'm not sure which one I like better. Ah, man. I'm torn. I mean, I have to give it to my boy Trump. Those are both incredible though. Palmia. Very nice. That's cool, dude. Thanks for sharing.
Actually, I did.
I did too. Go ahead.
But on a lighter note, Elizabeth Farah, she is one of the hosts on ABC's show The View. She said a while back, I'll quote, "If Trump gets Israeli hostages out, I promise I will wear a MAGA hat for one day on this show and say thank you for doing it."
I love this part.
Well, did she put the hat on?
Nope.
Well, she hasn't got the hat yet.
Who is it? Which one?
Elizabeth Farah.
Oh, yeah. Well, she used to work for me.
Get them both?
So she used to
Ah,
work
there
here.
we go.
I'll tell you about Alyssa. She worked here. She gave me the most beautiful letter when, you know, the administration, the time came up, the election was rigged, I left. She gave me the most beautiful letter you've ever seen. I was a great president. What a great job. Some of the letters have been quoted. This is Alyssa.
Joe says hi from Scotland. Ultimate Josh Ewosh. Hello, Scotland. Ultimate Josh Ewoshina says you hear about Riot Games making a fighting game with their character. I heard that got canceled.
Who I never thought
Let me
was
look it
very outstanding. I figured she would not make it. And she didn't have a big role here either.
Did
And then we
Riot
had
Games and
January 6th.
fighting
And
game.
she left after that or before that, but she gave me the most beautiful letters. And then
Yep.
even
It's canceled. It was canceled
after
last
she
year.
left, and
Bummer.
while we weren't here any longer, she sent another letter, glowing letter, beautiful letter. And then she got hired by The View, and they gave her a couple of bucks, and she changed her view.
Just watch the
very quickly.
Antifa comp. How's that doing?
I never thought she'd make it. Never thought she had what it took in any way. You know.
Oh, that
means.
is doing fantastic.
But she's on The View. But it just shows what a fraud The View is, because this woman gave me letters and statements.
Oh, Gonzo's
She
ready
said I
for
was
me.
the greatest president in her lifetime. Now, she's not that old, so I didn't consider it a great compliment. But I've had
But
better.
I am.
Can we send her a hat?
Well,
All right, Gonzo. All right, guys, we're going to check some edits real quick, and then this is it. You're out of here after this, right, Gonzo?
Yep.
All righty. Hey, you know, it'd be really fun is to take everyone out to hibachi sometime.
That'd be cool. Hell yeah.
I love me some hibachi. You know, however many people we can get from your crew, just take you and your whole crew out, whoever we can get. And they
Last time I went, I found out that they have like a Diablo sauce or whatever. It's
good.
so freaking good.
Yeah, the Diablo says that's Mount Fuji.
Mm-hmm.
Yup. It's basically yum yum sauce mixed with their chili, like a chili sauce. That's all it is. So it's just spicy yum yum sauce. Ready whenever you are, friend. This lefty grandma is crashing out because Trump just created peace in the Middle East.
Arrest him. Arrest him now. What are you motherfuckers so damn scared about? Go wherever that fucking slug is existing and drag his ass out, put handcuffs on him, and throw him in a fucking jail cell.
Why does she want someone else to do
What
it?
are you afraid of?
What are you afraid of? You go do it.
For God's sakes, are you so fucking scared for your own little personal life that you're gonna let the rest of the country get totally fucked over?
What about you?
You too.
You do it.
Democrats, you. There's a handful in there that are actually trying to do something. The rest of you feckless, spineless pieces of shit, we're gonna vote your ass out too. Shame on all you ignorant motherfuckers.
That's stupid. It hurts. Send it. It looks good. I like your. I'm not sure how long you've been doing this, but I just noticed your change to how you do the subtitles. Like you have a different look to it, and I think it looks good.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. It kind of depends when, but I've been using the black background ones a lot more.
Okay. Yeah, it looks good. It makes it way easier to see. Easier to read, easier to see. I'm always for that. And I've just noticed it now. And I'm like, that looks way easier to see. So I think it's a good call. It's a small change, but it makes a big deal. It's a big impact on the video.
No, I agree.
What do you want to call it? Or do you not want to go there?
The mouth on this one?
Let's do Grandma has TDS. There we go.
TDS?
Yeah, TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. Okay. That's what us righties call it.
Oh, okay.
This lefty. This is what we call people that. Yeah, Trump derangement syndrome. It's like a. It's a funny meme on the right.
Cool. If you want to shoot me a DM with a comment for that one real quick.
Let me do that first before you play. I'll just do it while I'm thinking here. Let's see.
Yep.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna go with kind of your idea. Grandma got a mouth on her. There we go. With an F. Mouth with a F. All right, I'm ready for this next one.
Or does your grandma kiss you with that mouth? You know, because usually it's the other way around.
Does she kiss her grandkids with that mouth? That's funny. That's actually good, bro. I like that.
Hell yeah.
Ready when you are. Another TikToker calls for people to shoot ICE agents while they're at work.
Why aren't we shooting back at them? Can anybody explain that to me? What, like, I don't own a firearm, but if I saw an ICE agent, it would brick right to their dome. So why are the armed citizens not shooting back at them?
Why do they always want someone else to do it?
Just a question.
I like that poetic ending because it's like, why does she always want someone else to do it? And then just a question, because it kind of goes to my question. I get the last question, and it's a good point. Send it. I want to say something like they always want someone else to do it. No, it's too long. More calls for violence, or how many have died to ICE? 0, I think. There might be an incident that because I recall a couple. There was a shooting with ICE. Let's see, what do we call this? She says shoot ICE. There we go. Another TikToker. That's it. Simple. Is that the last one?
No, we have the last gaming one right here.
Last gaming. We have
So
two
I had
versions.
2 versions of it. Yeah. One's with the extra stuff you said at the end. I think short and sweet's way better.
Let's go
But
short
we'll
and
see
sweet.
What you think?
As a game developer, are you willing to add goon slop in your game to boost its visibility? Ayo! You can just look down there and see them? I didn't know what that was at first. Ayo! That's awesome. And the answer is 100% yes! Catch me live on Twitch, motherfuckers. Yeah, it's good. I don't even have to see the other one. Just send it. It's perfectly packaged.
Sweet.
Well done. All right. Succumb to goon. I don't know. What do we call this one? You got any ideas?
I figure we don't want goon in it, right? I think last time we did that, the video didn't do well.
Maybe. I don't know. With gooning? Goon?
I think so.
How far would you go? Let's say that.
That's a good one.
Them breasts. As a game developer, are you willing to? That's funny. Them breasts. Yeah. And that's it for today, right, Gonzo? We're all set.
Yep, that is it, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Are you streaming tonight?
I don't think so.
Okay.
We'll see.
Right on. Well, always let me know if you're streaming. That way I can host you.
Hell yeah. Sounds good, buddy.
All right, man. I'll see you. Thank you for everything. I'll see you tomorrow.
Later. See you tomorrow. Peace.
Okay, back to Trump. There we go.
The greatest president of them all. I like
What's
that
up,
much
Patty?
better. Because I said, does that include Washington and Lincoln? Yes,
Not
sir, it does.
essential
I
in the
said, I
chat.
like
What's up?
that.
Welcome.
So I think she's a total. I think she's a joke.
Mr. President, on Gaza, how long will it take Hamas to disarm?
Goon package.
Guarantee that is going to happen.
Well, they're going to disarm, and because they said they were going to disarm, and if
They
they
want
don't
this in the game?
disarm,
Fuck
we will
yeah.
disarm
I would love
them.
that in the game.
How will you do that?
I don't have to explain that to you, but if they don't disarm, we will disarm them. They know I'm not playing games. Okay, now we did something
Yum, yum,
monumental.
get you
We got
some.
the hostages back. That was the first thing we had to do. Above all else, get the hostages back. Now, they misrepresented because we were told they had 26, 24 of dead hostages, if we can use those terms. And it seems as though they don't have that because we're talking about a much lesser number. But that's a very tough subject. I want them back. That's what they said.
Rannis, what's up, dude?
Also, they said they were going to disarm. And initially speaking, they needed, they did take out a couple of gangs that were very bad, very, very bad gangs, and they did take them out, and they killed a number of gang members. And that didn't bother me much, to be honest with you. That's okay. We had a couple of very bad gangs. It's no different than other countries. Like Venezuela sent their gangs into us, and we took
Check out the PC game Project Diablo 2.
Is one of the
I played Diablo 2
in the country. It was one of the
it's a modded version of Diablo 2.
Go back
okay.
Just a little while ago, right? Now it's safe. You can walk to work. Isn't it nice? But we have told them we want to disarm, and they will disarm. And if they don't disarm, we will disarm them. And it'll happen quickly and perhaps violently. But they will disarm. Do you understand me?
Yes. You say
because everyone says, oh, well, they won't disarm. They will disarm. And I spoke to Hamas, and I said, you're going to disarm, right? Yes, sir, we're going to disarm. That's what they told me. They will disarm, or we will disarm them. Got it? Okay,
what
next.
Is the deadline for President? Sir, you say quickly, but what is the deadline you're going to put on that?
A reasonable period of time, pretty quickly. A reasonable period of time.
Congratulations on the peace you achieved.
Reasonable period of time. That's a good answer.
And the question is regarding Argentina. Does continue?
Are you from Argentina?
I'm from Argentina. Yes.
I like the Argentina. I like them much better than ABC. Than ABC fake news.
Me too, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Does continued U.S. support for Argentina depend on the results of the upcoming legislative elections and the ability of the government to pass long-lasting reforms through Congress?
Well, I think if they don't do that, we're not going to be around very long. Scott, can you handle that one, please?
We're confident that the president's party will and the coalition will do well in the election, and this aid is predicated on robust policies, and going back to the failed Peronist policies would cause a U.S. rethink.
Thank you very much.
It's a great question. It's a little like New York. You're reading in Argentina about New York. We have a problem. We have a communist who's 33 years old, doesn't know a damn thing. Practically, he's never worked a day in his life. And he sort of caught on, right? And I'm not going to send a lot of money to New York. I don't have to. The money comes all through the White House. And if they're going to be sending us stupid policies, communist policies, which is proven for thousands of years doesn't work. We don't have to prove it again. We're not going to ruin one of our great cities because we'll make that great. We will clean up the crime in about 30 days. Took 12 days to do Washington, D.C., so New York is bigger. And Chicago, we've already made a lot of progress despite fighting from the government, but Chicago's doing great. Memphis is doing really great. We have great support there from the political leaders. They said, please come in and clean up crime. And we love it. We've in 1 week, Memphis is so good. It's so much better. We'll have it within a month. We'll have that into a safe city again.
Memphis?
And all of these cities.
Yeah, I heard things about Memphis.
We don't like that opposition. But if somebody's going to be a communist mayor of New York, it's a fluke if he gets in. There are a lot of failed people that he's running against. We have inferior candidates or something, because it's impossible to think that New York City can have a communist mayor. He's a communist.
Just Chinese crop dusted. Yeah, dude, that's what I was doing.
He's a communist.
Marking my territory.
Dirty. He's a communist. He hates police. He wants to get rid of all police. How can a policeman? He hates Jewish people, and yet he's got Jewish people supporting. He hates Jewish people. So it comes through the White House. The funding for New York. And
he's talking about Zohan, right?
Yeah. Comes through the White House. And I'm very generous, and I was always very generous with New York, even when you had opposition there, but I was always very generous. But I wouldn't be generous to a communist, a guy that's going to take the money and throw it out the window, because you're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars.
What's up, Wesley?
And we're not going to let somebody get into office and squander the taxpayer money from this country. We're not going to let it happen. So it's a little bit like that with, if you take a look at Argentina, if the president doesn't win, I know the person that he'd be running against, I believe, probably.
A new follower.
We probably have the person. The person is extremely far
D-Bass,
left.
thanks for the
and
follow, bro.
A philosophy that got Argentina into this problem in the first place. So we would not be generous with Argentina if that happened. If he loses, we are not going to be generous with Argentina.
Mr. President, you talk about the Argentina and important in the Latin American. What is your plan for Venezuela? But is the terrorism, the narco-terrorism in the President Maduro? What is your plan?
Well, Venezuela's done a couple of things very badly. Number one, we get drugs.
Whoa, I forgot this thing was on. Almost died.
Because they're a big purveyor of drugs, but we
forgot my treadmill was on. I stepped on it.
Very well as they
and
send
it
their
shit's on,
criminals
and
into
it's
the
flying,
United
bro.
States, and they send Trinidad, that you know very well. You're from Venezuela, I assume. And they send them in by the thousands.
Yo, man, I've been watching your channel for a while. Good shit. Yeah. Well, look at that. You just got yourself a clippable moment.
They empty their mental institutions into the United States. And because we had a president
that's what your
who's
name's
low IQ, he didn't realize what was going on. And the people that are high IQ that surround him, but they happen to be lunatics, radical left, they're highly intelligent, radical left lunatics, okay? So in a way, that's worse than having a guy like Biden.
Be safe,
they
well.
ran the show. You
I'm
heard
alive.
about the,
I made it once again.
The Autopen. The person that
President
really
Autopen?
operated the Autopen, but it was really the people that told the person that operated the Autopen what to do. Those are the people that really were president, okay? So we're not going to stand for it in this country. And by the way, that Autopen thing is under serious investigation. Just this, I don't think you care because you're from
730.
You couldn't care less about that. But I just want to say, because I do the weave, you know, the weave, cover a lot of different subjects. But the people that are involved in that Autopen scam, because
What's
he
this
barely
called?
signed it. I mean, this guy, I don't know how you can be
Just like a
president.
desk-
He barely
a desk
signed it, but the only thing we can find
treadmill?
for sure is that he signed
For standing
Hunter's
desks?
Biden.
Treadmill for standing
His,
desk?
Pardon. Hunter's Biden. I like that. That's a good combination. So we're going to work very much with the president. We think he's going to win. He should win. And if he does win, we're going to be very helpful. And if he doesn't win, we're not going to waste our time because you have somebody whose philosophy has no chance of making Argentina great again.
What's your advice?
Steve, go ahead. Steve.
Just to check
Steve, go ahead,
Just
Steve.
to check something. You said Hamas assured you that they would disarm. Was that a direct conversation or through
my people.
Mr. Witkoff? Or?
Through my people.
Okay. Thank
At the highest level.
What's your advice?
And it was meant for me.
What's your advice for President Milei and Argentina as a political leader?
My advice is to hold strong to his principles because he's right and he's proving that he was right.
YouTube keeps on
one
subbing
problem.
you?
He's got people that are giving
That's
him
crazy.
tremendously bad press, even though they know it's wrong. He's got to hold true to his principles because he's going to win. He's going to win. He's doing the right thing. Everybody knows he's doing the right thing, but you have a radical left sick culture that's a very dangerous group of people, and they're trying to make him look
See you,
bad.
Not Essential. Thanks for
I
hanging
believe
out.
he's going to win out.
And what about the rivalry with China in this house?
China?
China in this.
Well, you have to
know,
be careful with
there's a
China.
base
Look, we have
Patagonia.
everybody deals with China. They have to deal with us too. We have to be careful with China. Look, I have a great
Which one is that
relationship
one,
with
Brittany?
President Xi, but sometimes it gets
Hibachi?
testy because
Which
China
hibachi is
likes
it?
to take advantage
Benihana?
of people,
Which one do you want to do, Benihana?
and they can't take advantage
Let's do
of
Benihana.
us.
Benihana
But
then.
we have a fair relationship with China, and I think it'll be fine. And if it's not, that's okay too. You have to do and go where the punches are thrown. You got to put up the blocks. We have a lot of punches being thrown, and we've been very successful. Look, we have the most success. I think we're the most successful we've ever been as a country. We have now close. I've been saying 17. We have, I think, close to or maybe even exceeding $18 trillion.
Tommy Gun, thanks for following on Twitch, man.
States. That's more money than ever invested in any country before. Even countries with much bigger populations like
Us
India
Marines.
or like
Jonathan,
China.
what's up, John?
Nobody's ever had
Every
$18
sub move
trillion
faster.
invested in the country.
We'll
We
start
have-
Terminator
and that's
running on this
because of
thing.
November 5th election because I won. Oh, if she won,
Walking
you'd be
simulator.
negative. You'd have
Yep.
people getting out of the country. This country would have been in a major depression. If she won, we would have been 1929. They'd like to see that anyway. That's why they keep the government closed. They have a shutdown based on nonsense. They want to give away 1.5. Think of it. They want to give away 1.5 trillion.
You steak or chicken? I do steak.
To people that come into the country illegally.
Like steak and
as you
garlic
know, the
butter.
borders now are closed.
Garlic butter is
But when
basically
they
my
hear
diet.
That they get the greatest health care package in the world and they have no money.
Garlic butter and
but
bacon.
They're living okay in another country. They
Lord of the
head
Cran Eaters.
up and they start forming caravans and they try and come
That's
into
me.
our country. But the big problem is they want to give health care to people that should not get health care. They want to give health care to illegal immigrants by the millions. Look at Gavin Newsom, what he's done. He's ruined California. He gives health care to anybody. And I guess they do it for votes. I actually think it's bad politics, but I guess they do it for votes.
Thanks for hanging out in the chat, Jonathan. Appreciate you.
I'm with this man because his philosophy is correct. And he may win and he may not win, but I think he's going to win. And if he wins, we're staying with him. And if he doesn't win, we're gone.
Garlic butter or crayons? Garlic butter dip for the crayons. How about that?
To the peace process, to the Middle East peace process.
They could help by doing well. If Argentina does well, that's helpful because they know we help Argentina. So if Argentina is successful, that's great because they view us as somebody that helped Argentina and they did well, and the United States maybe will help them and they're going to do well. So the success of Argentina would be a great feather in the cap of the USA because we're helping them. Right? You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, please, behind you. Behind you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Last week you said that NATO should consider expelling Spain.
What?
You said that NATO should consider expelling Spain. Would you support that?
What? Expelling Spain?
NATO consider expelling Spain.
Oh. I'm very unhappy with Spain. They're the only country that didn't raise up their number to 5%. Every other country in NATO raised up to 5%. And Spain is doing very well off our backs. So I'm not happy with Spain.
They don't pay,
Spain
they don't
gets
get to stay.
protection, and they know, look, they're sort of in the semi-middle of it, so they're going to get protected automatically. Even if you don't want to protect them, you're protecting them because of the way they're located. And I think what Spain did is a very bad thing for NATO. I think it's very unfair to NATO. It wouldn't matter if you said you're not going to protect them because they're pretty much protected. What are you going to do? Go through the other countries and let's go attack Spain, right? So I think what they did is not nice. I think it's very disrespectful.
Uncle Donnie,
to NATO.
baby!
In fact, I was thinking about giving them trade punishment through tariffs because of what they did. And I may do that.
I think we'll protect Spain once to get rid of Greta
Unbelievably
Thunberg.
disrespectful. Spain, the only one out of all the countries in NATO, the only one that said that is Spain. And I think that's, I think they should be punished for that. Yes.
Oh, yeah, do it. Punish them.
Do you have the money to pay the troops on?
I do.
Okay. How?
I actually have a man who is a very wealthy person. You'll know that when I tell you this. Who called.
Spain as a champion in UFC? Yeah, he's good as
Great
fuck.
gentleman, and he
I like
said,
watching him
if
fight.
there's any money necessary, shortfall, for the paying of the troops, then I will pay it, meaning he will pay it. How about that? I said, look, we're not going to need it. We're going to take care of our troops, but this was a position that's being forced upon us by Democrats, and all they have to do is just sign a piece of paper saying we're going to keep it going the way it is. There's nothing. It's not like it shouldn't even be an argument. They've signed it many times before. I don't want to bore you with the fact that Schumer said 100 times you should never close up government, but Schumer's a weakened
Stan, the made
politician.
man.
I mean,
Love
he's
you,
gonna
brother in
finish
arms.
his
What's up, the
career as a
Slimer?
failed
Thanks for hanging
he's a
out.
failed politician. He's
Trump
allowed
says,
the
I like
radical
turtles.
left to take over
That'll
the
never
Democrat
die.
Party.
That'll last forever.
So if they write
100
books
years
about
from now,
that,
people are
if
going to
they
be
write
saying, I
books
like
about
turtles.
him,
They don't even know why. They won't even know
they're
why.
gonna have to say
They'll just
that
do it.
his career ended by allowing the radical left to take over the party. I mean, I won an election in a landslide because people are not into the radical
Are you
left
walking on a treadmill?
and the Democrat
Actually, I'm
Party.
outside.
People
I
didn't
just
wanna
have
see men
a drone
playing
cam
women's
flying in
sports.
front of
They
me.
didn't want to see transgender for everybody. They didn't want to
And,
see all of the different things that they do. That's
background
so
is like
crazy.
AI'd
Open
out.
borders. I mean,
Here, I'll
biggest-
switch scenes. I'll show you.
The worst thing that he did to us, not inflation, because we fixed inflation. Prices are way down. I don't know if you saw that. Gasoline went to 58.
It's a drone.
Just
Whoa.
now for. Did you
Almost
see
fell
what,
down.
what's going
It's a
on with
drone that's
gasoline?
like following me around, right?
No,
but I have an AI
$58
background.
Nobody can believe it. I'm very proud of that. You know why? Because we're pumping like we've never pumped before. Because with
drill,
if you get
baby,
the gas
drill.
price down, everything else comes down. It's very simple. And he went away from my policies, and you had the greatest inflation. The last administration had the greatest inflation in the history of our country. And now, as you know, groceries are down. It's all down.
But I'm
We're doing
are you settling in for a long? Is this going to be a long term?
It's up to them. All they have to do is just vote to extend. We don't need it. We're not saying we want money. We don't. All we need is a right to extend. They want a right to extend, but they want $1.5 trillion.
Oh, that fresh air. Great outdoors.
The people that are invading your cities. And many of these people, for whatever reason, I mean, I understood this. I called it a long time ago. These countries are run by people I know, friends of mine. Like, I know this gentleman. I hope you haven't sent. He probably did too. Why not? They send up their worst people. They send up people that are criminals. They send up people from jails. And at best, the best ones
What's up,
they
Black
send
Ops
up are
Battalion?
people that don't work very hard and that are on a social form of welfare. And they're sending those people into the United States. I don't blame them. I'm angry at them, but I don't blame them. But I'm really angry at Biden and Kamala and that group of lunatics for allowing it to happen, because it's the hardest thing. Now, you know, we're sending them out. It's incredible the job that Christie and Tom Homan and the whole group is doing. But we shouldn't have to be doing that. We're doing a lot of work on getting people out of here. Tren de Aragua has caused tremendous damage, and our soldiers are great. You know, our soldiers are now based on merit. They're not based on woke, because we won the case in the Supreme Court, which was the bravest case. I have such respect for the Supreme
doing good
Court
too.
because of what they did with merit, because our country was built on merit. Countries are destroyed.
331.
You know, I made a statement, and I hated to make it because it sounded
Watch
bad,
out.
but everything turns to, you know what, when it goes woke. You remember the term. I don't like to use it because you might have some children listening, but it turns bad. And no, we have the hottest country right now anywhere in the world. That's why he's here. That's why every other country wants to meet here too. But we only have so many hours in the day and days in the week. But we get the hottest country. Think of it. We were a dead country a year and a half ago. And now we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. It's pretty good. We did a good job. Okay, any other questions? Go ahead, you. Please.
Would you like to visit Argentina soon? There is an invitation for that.
What does that mean?
Do you like to visit Argentina?
I do. I would love to. I'm just a little busy. I would love to. I'd love to go to Argentina. I'd like to be like Biden. I'd like to go to the beach. You know, my legs are not quite as thin as his. My legs are slightly heavier. My arms are slightly larger. My body is a little bit larger than his. I'm not sure it would be appreciated on the beach, but I'm not going to take a chance. You won't see me in a bathing suit. You won't see in a bathing suit sitting on a beach in Argentina, falling down and not being able to lift a 3-ounce chair, meant for old people to lift, and he couldn't lift it, so we had a problem. He spent too much time on the beach. Somebody told him that he looked good in a bathing suit. And you see this guy on the beach all the time. I never quite understood it. Steve, go ahead.
Could you preview your meeting with Ukraine President Zelensky on Friday? You expect to talk about weapons?
Yeah, no, we have an interesting meeting going on. Look, I'm very disappointed because Vladimir and I had a very good relationship. Probably still do.
That shit was
I don't know
funny,
why
dude.
he
Holy
continues
fuck.
with this war. This war has been so bad for him. He's going into 4 years of a war that should have beaten. He should have won that war in 1 week. He's now going to soon be into his 4th year. He's lost 1.5 million.
$5 super chat from Chacho Lopez. God bless America and President Donald J. Trump. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Chacho.
That's the biggest thing that's happened since World War II in terms of death.
Macho
Bigger
Chuchacho.
than any of them. I settled 8 of them. The biggest is
Yeah, dude, he's so
in
funny.
terms of death. Incredible. I think India, Pakistan had great potential too. We did a great job in that one, but he's got to really settle this war. And you know they have long lines
Saw
waiting
gunner.
for gasoline in Russia right now, right? They have long lines. Who thought that was going to happen? And all of a sudden his economy is going to collapse. And I'd like to see him do well. I mean, I had a very good relationship
Thanks,
with
train leader.
Vladimir Putin. But he just doesn't want to end that war. And I think it's making him look very bad. He could end it. He could end it quickly. And I have to
Breaking
tell
a
you,
sweat a little bit, actually.
Who would think
I picked
that
up the
Ukraine
pace a little
could
bit
have
more.
Fought Russia for 4 years.
My knees are hurting.
to
This helps my
essentially
knees feel better. I
standstill. Now,
stand
there
all
has been
day,
some
sit all
early-
day. Gotta move.
Early, you know, before
Moving
they
is
knew
good.
what the hell was happening, because it happened quick. Biden should have never let that happen. That's a war that should have never
I'll
happened.
rot and
But it
die,
did.
but I'll move,
But
you know?
it's not making Russia look good, I will tell you that.
We need tomahawks in Ukraine.
We'll be talking about Ukraine.
What's up, Bong James
I
Bong?
have the president coming in on Friday, and I know what he has to say. He wants weapons. He would like to have tomahawks. Everyone else wants tomahawks. And we have a lot of tomahawks. Tomahawk is do you need any tomahawks in Argentina?
Thanks, Steady Blaze.
You need them for your opposition, I guess, because see, in this country, they'd use tomahawks for the opposition. I don't do that. I'm much nicer. The Democrats would use them if they had the chance. They're sick people. Go ahead.
President, are you worried that this plan with Argentina can fail?
Anything can fail. Anything.
Body
can fail.
does,
You
in
never
fact,
know.
need movement, sir. Move or
That's
die.
why I say Putin should do something about
Learn
the
that
war,
too late.
'cause
Well,
so
not too
far,
late. Well, that's not
it's
too
turned
late,
out to
but
be
I wish I would have
very bad for
got
him,
that
but
through my
anything
thick
can-
skull
so this
earlier.
plan can fail, sure it can fail, but
Move or die.
It's got a better chance, I would say, Scott. It's got a better chance of success than
10
failure.
jumping
And
jacks
if
now?
It's successful,
Bro,
it's
you want my
it's an
dick to break this
unbelievable
desk?
success.
Then I'll do jumping
It can
jacks.
transform your country into greatness. It's got a great chance. We'd like to give it a chance. Anything can fail, but we'd like to give it a chance. And we think, because he's made so much progress. I mean, the work that he's done over the last 4 years is incredible. And it would be a shame to lose that progress. He's very close to having a big success.
Mr. President, will you consider removing restrictions on the press that report at the Pentagon? And have you spoken to Secretary Hexon about this?
I have, yeah. Well, he's finding, I think I can speak for him. I'll let him speak for himself, but I think he finds the press to be
You know what taco
very
means? I love
disruptive
tacos.
in terms of world peace.
I just
and
had some
maybe
tacos last
security
night.
for our nation.
They were
Press
delicious.
is very dishonest. Not
I had
you,
white people
but the
tacos. They had
press is
mayonnaise
very
in 'em.
dishonest. You have something to say, Pete?
Well, I very much appreciate the question because it was interesting to watch. We had a chance to go along on the historic trip of Middle East peace, which our generation of veterans never dreamed would be possible. So you would think that the Pentagon press corps of all press corps would be front and center across the board on wanting to give credit to the president.
Taco
for
means
forging this
din
kind of
din.
peace and
La cruncha.
Instead, what they want to talk about is a policy about them, which simply says maybe the policy should look like the White House or other military installations where you have to wear a badge that identifies that you're press, or you can't just roam anywhere you want. It used to be, Mr. President, the press could go anywhere, pretty much anywhere in the Pentagon, the most classified area in the world. Or also that if they sign on to the credentialing, they're not going to try to get soldiers to break the law by giving them classified information. So it's common sense stuff, Mr. President. We're trying to
Been watching our
make sure
channel for a
national
long
security is
time and just
respected, and
subscribed.
we're
Thank
proud
you for
of the policy.
sharing your time with us.
You know, we have an option here.
Thanks for subbing up, man.
As you know, the press
Crunch Wrap
years
Supreme.
ago moved into the White House. It used to be across the street. We could move them. You're lucky I'm president, because we could move them very easily across the street. They used to be there. They would have more room. We have a beautiful, nice space. You can sit all by yourselves and have fun. Instead, you walk around the White House talking to anybody that can breathe. And you know, but I find that when it comes to war, and now our great Department of War, we have some great people over there. I think it bothers me to have soldiers and even high-ranking generals walking around with you guys on their sleeves.
Those look nice, Brandon.
Because they can make a mistake, and a
Just
mistake
match
can
your
be tragic. They can do it innocently.
poncho.
They can, and they're not press people. They don't really deal with the press, so they're not really necessarily good at it.
Nacho Bel Grande?
Although I think it's
Oh,
mostly
hell yeah.
instinctual, one way or the other. You're either good at things or you're not. But I could see you being bothered by that. I mean, so you have them in an area and you treat them fairly, But they're not allowed to go into
much like the
somebody's office and sit with them for 10 hours. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can understand.
Boston had some street takeovers that we saw. Are you going to work with or try and work with the mayor of Boston? And then they have
A new follower.
World Cup games. I know Argentina has got World Cups.
Was that Wired Seer? Is that right? Thanks for the follow, man.
We could take them away. I love the people of Boston. I know the games are sold out. But your mayor is not good. They're worse than her. At least she's intelligent. You know, some are extremely low IQ. Those bother me more. She's intelligent, but she's radical left. And they're taking over parts of Boston. That's a pretty big statement, right? We could get them back in about 2 seconds. All she has to do is call us. We'll go in and take them back. But she's afraid to because she thinks it's bad politically. She could take them back, too. The Boston police are great. I mean, I know them. They love me. She'll never tell them to go after Trump because they love me and I love them. And I got a tremendous police vote and military vote, you know, and fireman vote, all of them. No, I think she is hurting Boston. The answer is yes. If somebody is doing a bad job, and if I feel there's unsafe conditions, I would call Johnny, the head of FIFA, who's phenomenal, and I would say, let's move it to another location. And he would do that. He wouldn't love to do it, but he'd do it. Very easily he'd do it. And this is the right time to do it. If I thought Boston was doing something that was going to be...
Hey, man, I watch your YouTube stuff. Love the content. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate you stopping by.
World Cup, I could say the same thing for the Olympics.
What's up, Isaac?
You know, we have events
Emperor
at
Nanya?
locations for the Olympics. It's based in L.A. If I thought L.A. was not going to be prepared properly,
60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck.
If I had to.
Bro.
On that one, I'd probably have to...
I honestly think that it's higher than that. Seriously. I think that's a very friendly number. It's worse, in my opinion. Emperor Nanya. I think it's like 70%.
Get a different kind of a permission, but we would do that. Gavin Newsom, he's got to get his act together because had we not gone in at the beginning of my term, had we not gone in with a very strong, powerful force,
and I'm purely guessing off of just my personal experiences, just throughout my life, all the people I've been around, everyone's struggling all the time. Your common man is always struggling. Everyone's barely, like, there's enough to get by, but everyone's just getting by. And it sucks. I hate seeing people struggle. I want people to thrive and have less things to worry about. I wish things could be that way.
Now, you already lost 25,000 houses to fires. You got a big scar right in the middle of the city. And that should have never happened because they should have had the water flowing in from the Pacific Northwest. All they had to do is open up the valves. He didn't want to do it. And he didn't want to do it, he says for environmental reasons. I don't believe that, but you know, for some reason he didn't want to do it. Lost 25,000. You had no water in the fire pumps. You had no water in the sprinkler systems in the ceilings. There were no houses. Normally the things would go in the, you might not have lost 2 houses. So if he doesn't play ball, we're going to have to be very tough with him. He's done a bad job. You know, just to finish off on that, so when we went in, we did a phenomenal job. We went in with great force, and that was the end of it. We put it out. We extinguished that fire, which was...
Arnold says, I'm working 72 hours every week, and I'm barely getting by.
Very dangerous position.
I think that's incredibly common.
We went in and did a great job.
That's like everyone. You know, not everyone's working 72, that's a lot of hours, but I'm just saying, like, so many people are just having a hard time getting by. And one thing is it's hard to know what to do about it.
Never done this without
what do you even do about it?
Trump and without the federal government coming in. Okay, that was it. He said that. Now, 2 or 3 weeks later, he said, oh, we could have done it. But he knows he couldn't. The city was going to be taken over if I didn't go in. And you have to remember that. Los Angeles was going to be taken over. And we have it where the chief said it, I believe, numerous times. But that was as it was happening. That was a rough one. That was nasty. And if we saw a situation like that, yeah, we'd be forced to make a move.
Average 1 in 3 to 1 in 2 Americans live paycheck to paycheck.
Go ahead. One more question.
Half sounds more realistic, man.
Mr. President, talking about shutdowns.
Yeah, please.
Do you feel any urgency to end the shutdown in the next week, 2 weeks, or would you be fine if it stretches into November and then toward the holidays with folks not getting paid?
Well, you know, shutdown, we've had many, many shutdowns. And this is a shutdown that shouldn't have happened. a group of people brilliantly decided to make it after the election. I said, thank you very much. In other words, give it to Trump instead of Biden.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and take hold of your destiny.
Likewise, debt
That's what I
ceiling
did.
shouldn't have. But the big, great big, beautiful bill solved the debt ceiling problem.
When by any means necessary. Full pressure. Don't let up.
No, here's what's
Never
happening
stop.
in the shutdown, though.
All roadblocks can be navigated around.
Can I put it in plain words for you? And you're a
You
smart
got
guy, so
problems,
know
I
what
got
I'm saying, but a lot of
solutions. That's the
people
way.
don't.
That's my attitude
The
for
Democrats
myself.
are getting killed on the
But not
shutdown
everyone does that.
because we're closing
Not everyone
up
thinks like that.
programs that are
Most
Democrat
average people are
programs that we
just
were opposed to.
trying to figure out what to do. They don't know what to do. You know?
So we're being able, and they're never going to come back in many cases. So we're being able to do things that we were unable to do before. So we're closing up programs that are Democrat programs that we wanted to close up or that we never wanted to happen, and now we're closing them up. And we're not going to let them come back. The Democrats are getting killed.
Hell yeah, they
And
are.
we're going to have a list of them on
Democratic
Friday,
Party is on life
closing
support.
up some of the most
It might not even be on life support anymore.
egregious, socialist, semi-communist, probably not full communist, we're saving that for New York, but semi-communist programs, and we're closing them up. We're not closing up Republican programs because we think they work. So the Democrats are getting killed, but they're not telling the people about that. I say it, nobody, well, I haven't said it probably as bluntly as I just said it, but so we are closing up Democrat programs that we think, that we disagree with, and they're never going to open again. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Here it is. That was today's little press briefing roundtable. Let's see, what time is it? 6:52. I have a 7:30 hibachi appointment that I need to make, so I'm gonna head to that. I'm not sure when I'm gonna get back. Sometimes they take a minute over there, so if I'm not back soon enough, then I probably won't do a gaming stream. But if I am back soon enough, then I will do a gaming stream. So keep an eye out for that. Papa Stanimus on Twitch. Everybody that hung out, this was a successful stream. 200,000 people showed up to the stream. Love to see it. Take a look at this. Bam. That's a great stream right there. Thank you guys very much for showing up. I appreciate you. And I will be back tomorrow as early as possible. We're getting really good at starting these streams earlier. Getting through all the news. All right, I'm out of here, guys. See ya.